Please take the time to visit podsurvey.com/peasants to complete a short 21-question survey. Participants in the survey will be entered into a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. The survey can be taken multiple times, so feel free to visit back each month for your chance to enter the drawing. Please help to support the show by using our Amazon links located in the description anytime you purchase anything from Amazon. It's a great way to support the show while just going about your normal business shopping on Amazon.com. Also, check out our storefront for Drunken Peasants recommended merchandise. Patreon pledges of $5 or more will now receive 2 private shows each month. In addition to the private shows, Patreon pledges of $10 or more will receive the Drunken Peasants post show after each episode of the Drunken Peasants, Ben and Billy's monthly shitty movie review, and regular behind-the-scenes vlogs with Ben and Billy. Sign up anytime to catch the future shows as well as past content. If you want to catch the post shows but you're not a patron, click the join link below this video to become a member of the Drunken Peasants channel. In addition to each post show, you'll also get special badges and emojis that you can use in the Drunken Peasants live chat. Streamlabs will be open for the duration of each episode. Click the link below to send us a message. Donations $20 and above will be read out through text-to-speech and will require our immediate attention. All donations below $20 will be read at the end of each segment. Keep an eye out for our weekly Streamlabs goal, which if we meet, we will do an extra show the following week. If you find any content you'd like to see us cover on the show, send it to drunkenpeasantsinbox at gmail.com. All submissions will be reviewed for possible usage in a future episode. Click the Discord link in our description to join the Drunken Peasants Discord. Interact with other Drunken Peasants fans in text and voice chat, as well as the peasants themselves. Visit the Google Play Store and download the Drunken Peasants app to catch the audio version of the show while you're on the road. In addition to the app, the audio-only version of the show is also available through iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, and other audio platforms. That's all we have for now. Enjoy the show.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, you know. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody! I love you, friends!
Suck it!
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 504.
Ooh.
504.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that by episode 1000, everybody who's like typing kill Ben and Billy, they will be on our side.
I feel like I've aged 504 years.
Just from that hot sauce. Dude.
Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. I have to explain what happened because I just ended the show.
Yeah.
I couldn't even talk. Okay. I did a shot. A full shot of hot sauce.
And what kind was it?
It was 750,000 Scoville unit. Hot sauce.
Made from a 6 million extract.
9 million.
No, 6 million.
Oh, I thought it said 9 on it.
No, man. Just 6.
What kind of pepper was it? Like a Carolina Reaper or?
Oh, no. It was made with an extract, so they can extract the hot, the spice from peppers.
I think it was a ghost pepper extract. I'm not sure.
Oh,
but it's
the extract. I bought some ghost pepper sauce, and if I cook something, I have to put a drip in it.
So
and if I don't,
it might actually have pepper X in it. I don't know. Like, there's so many different.
I could totally handle the heat in my mouth. But I drank, remember how fast I drank this bottle of water?
Yeah.
In like 5 minutes, I drank this entire bottle of water. And then I didn't have milk, so I drank coffee creamer. and then I went and I laid in the bathroom and just like died. I felt like my stomach was going to explode. It was terrible. So
I can imagine. And I couldn't even talk. The worst part is the stomach pains you get after. It's not the initial test. I mean, a taste. Right. I don't know. That's how it is for me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when it comes out.
Oh no!
Yeah. I've been lucky that every time I eat hot stuff, I never have any like poop problems.
Yeah, the burning in my mouth was bad, but I could deal with that. The burning in my stomach, it was just terrible.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have IBS or something like that. So,
like when I puked, the puke was like burning. It was pretty bad. And then I had a little blood in my throat, and like my skin is still broken out like crazy from the hot sauce and puking. I fucked myself up.
Yeah. Yeah, he has freckles.
And then, of course, the stomach acids, too, so that it makes it even worse. So
yeah.
He puked out freckles. So, Mike Mozart, I don't know. He reached out to us and said he wanted to be on. I added him here on Skype. We have his Skype, and we connected and everything. He just, I haven't heard from him anytime recently.
I just messaged him on Twitter, so maybe he'll hit me back. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess if he doesn't show up halfway through the episode, we're just going to have to change the title and the thumbnail.
To the lovely MedsPeds.
Yes.
You'll get more views that way anyway. You know.
Yeah. Joe will view it 2,000 times.
Hey.
2,000 times.
Every
night before he goes to bed.
I actually only puked on Saturday because the old puke gif of me, I still had the fat face.
Is there a new puke gif?
Well, I mean, not yet, but I figured if I puke again with my new thin, slender face, that we can maybe change it so I look really cute. The old one was a way better puke.
So, yeah, dude, that was terrible. You puked, and I had, like, it felt like I drank battery acid. My stomach felt like it was corroding from battery acid.
Yeah, it was really bad. I wouldn't recommend us doing it again. Did you throw away the hot sauce?
No, I didn't throw it away. It's just not down here. I don't want to be tempted.
I'm going to hide that shit.
Yeah, get rid of that.
Yeah, it was bad. I don't know. We had our fun run with it. Everybody who didn't like the hot sauce gimmick, it's safe to say that it's gone. Those who did like it, maybe we'll bring it back one day.
Billy the Regurgitator. I agree. He should change his name to that.
I've puked a lot. I puked in the wrestling ring. I puked on stage. I puked during a filming for an MTV show. I have like a history of vomit, and I'm not afraid of it. I've come to accept it. Like I
have a history of vomit.
I've came out of the vomit closet. I'm loud. I'm proud.
I don't really throw up much unless it's like I take some sort of substance that would induce nausea, like a lot of alcohol or something like that.
Yeah.
Besides, I really don't throw up. I have like really good intestines and stuff. Like some people have IBS and things upset them. I've never had food poisoning. I don't know. I've never had those problems.
I've had food poisoning. It was bad.
My friends and I had a barbecue once, and the person who was cooking didn't know what they were doing, and we all ate raw meat. And I was the only one who didn't get sick. I don't know what it is, but everybody else was shitting and throwing up, and I was like, oh, my stomach hurts a little bit, but I'm all right. Like, I don't know, maybe I have I have a super ability to.
Did you at least have some farts?
No, not that I recall. If they did, they were mild enough not to be implanted into my memory.
Why wasn't anyone like, oh my God, this meat is raw?
I don't know, because it was burned on the outside, and we were all drunk as well. So we're like, yeah, food's ready, woo, So I guess nobody.
So we want to remind everyone, if you want to catch the 2 private shows this month, the first one is on December 14th, and the second one is on December 28th. So if you want to sign up for Patreon, link in the description, sign up, check that out. Also, if we meet our bonus show goal, we will have a bonus show next week, next Saturday. We're already doing one this coming Saturday. And also, if you're shopping on Amazon, use the Amazon links below, please. Use them.
Yes. I just got word back from Mike Mozart.
You did?
Yeah, he should be here in just a minute.
Oh, okay.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Just a moment. So he'll be here soon. We'll be able to ask him a couple of questions, like what his favorite toy is, because I love toys.
I got some vintage 80s toy ads.
Nice.
Do you think those would be cool to watch?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I want to get the Micro Machines logo tattooed on my penis.
Someone, Mr. Six Figs in the Patreon chat said, "Ben, turn me gay, please." Aren't you already gay? If you're asking me that, why would I turn?
Maybe he's bi and he wants you to bring him all the way.
Or maybe he's a she, and she wants you to repulse her into being a lesbian.
Oh.
A woman named Mr. Six Figs. I could see it. It's 2018, man. We're not
Not
judging.
for very much longer.
Yeah.
That won't be like, it's 2019, man. And then think about this. This time next year, it'll be like, holy shit, a whole new decade is starting.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah.
You notice how
And then in
each
2020, I turned 30.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, whatever. And you notice how each decade, we look at each decade and they're noticeably different from one another. So eventually, I saw a comment, someone was joking, they're like, oh man, dubstep is so 2010s.
It's so 2010s.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. People be saying that someday.
Like, I don't see that there is that much of a difference between like the 2000s and the 2010s. I mean,
Whoa,
style changed a
no
little
way.
bit, but there's a huge difference from the 90s. And
No,
the 80s
no,
and
no,
all
no.
that kind of stuff.
There's a noticeable difference between the 2000s and the 2010s.
The 80s was like synth, right? The 70s was disco.
If you're talking about music.
Yeah, what do you think the 90s, would the 90s be like
Grunge.
pop?
Grunge?
Okay.
And then boy bands. And
If you're
stuff
talking
like
about-
that.
2000s might be pop. I don't know. What do you think runs those decades as far as music goes?
As far as music goes.
Yeah. I guess pop is like every decade, but
Hair
I'm
metal
thinking
was
like
the
boy
80s.
band. Hair metal was the 80s. I was thinking synth, but yeah, you're right. Disco's definitely the 70s, right?
There was several different genres of music depending on...
I'm talking about the ones that like were huge and then burnt out though, right?
Well, there was new wave in the 80s too, and that was a big thing as well.
And because we had dubstep this decade, we had like EDM and shit like that. I wonder what the next big phase.
And then in the
is gonna be.
70s, you had all kinds of shit too. I mean, there was all kinds of...
But like classic rock is classic.
Classic
Disco's
rock,
not
yeah.
classic.
I mean,
but
all-
classic rock is
yeah.
from the 60s too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the
that's true.
Beatles and
I'm talking about the one that
Who
shot
and
up as a fad and then
the
shit
Rolling
the bed.
Stones.
Like right now, maybe mumble rap.
Didn't
don't
like
know.
Black Sabbath.
Someone said
start in the
70s was
70s?
punk. Well, punk was one of the music from the 70s.
When I think of punk, I think of the 80s.
No. Well, the original punk started in the 70s.
Well, it started, but
The
like,
Ramones were from the 70s
yeah,
originally.
but it blew up in the 80s, right? That's when it became
It
like
depends on who you
counterculture.
ask. No, I mean it started in the 70s. Yeah. The late 70s, like 77.
You can't start in the late 70s and then expect it to count for the entire decade.
Actually, that's a movie we should watch for one of our movie reviews sometime, is The Decline of Western Civilization. That's a great movie. A great yet kind of bad movie. It's both. It's a great bad movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Rolling Stones, isn't that Mundane Matt's band?
Whoa. Inappropriate.
Actually, on there was a parody of the Rolling Stones on the Flintstones, and they were called the Rolling Boulders.
Yeah.
So
The Flintstones.
And then they had on Doug in the 90s, which you guys are probably too old for that.
No.
Beats.
Yeah,
Instead of the Beatles.
no. I think I was maybe in like the 6th grade when that stuff
Yeah.
first came out.
The beats were awesome. Doug had his band where he's like banging on a trash can, drumming on a street light.
Wow.
Plus, I'm pretty sure Doug fingerbopped Patty Mayonnaise at the Honker Burger.
Is that why they call her mayonnaise?
Yeah. I fingerbopped Patty Mayonnaise at the
He had
Honker
a yeast
Burger.
infection, so.
Oh my god.
Like her name was Patty Mayonnaise. Like mayonnaise is like a little nastiness, right? And then Skeeter was his other friend's name. Like the people behind this show were pervs.
Masturbation?
Skeet,
I
you
guess.
skeet. That's ejaculation. Something. Something was up with the fucking Nicktoons of the '90s. The Rugrats, they were babies, but there was still a little like awkward weirdness there. And then the Ren and Stimpy was just straight up like in your face, like we hate kids.
And Rocco's Modern Life had a lot of sexual innuendos.
Yeah, Rocco's was super sexual.
That was my show. I love that shit.
Rocco's was great. Wasn't that the precursor to SpongeBob? Was it the same company, or am I tripping?
I know that SpongeBob came out. I was still young enough to watch cartoons, so I would have been like 10-ish. But I was cruising out. Like I watched SpongeBob a little bit for a year or so, and then I was too old for cartoons. So that was so it's definitely later than all Rugrats and all that stuff. That definitely came out like early or mid 90s. But I want to say SpongeBob came out like 98, 99, somewhere around there.
Let's watch some of this shit while we're waiting for Mike.
GP Action News.
All right, and Meds, if you see Mike in the chat, let me know.
Okay, yeah, because I have it on my phone.
Cool.
Well, it'll be the Skype chat, right?
Well, yeah, in the Skype chat.
That too.
Yeah, I don't have that in front of me right now.
Oof.
Let's see.
Over.
Here's Bill and Hillary Clinton launched their paid speaking tour. Have we seen this yet?
I don't know.
I guess we'll look at it. We'll see.
Have you not had your fill of Hillary and Bill, the two-headed carnival show known as the Clintons?
Did we already see this?
I don't think so.
No, I watched this.
You watched this?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's saying he joined.
Oh, he did?
It's showing up for me.
Oh,
in the little
okay.
corner at the top.
Nice. Oh, okay, cool. Hello, Mike.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
No problem. Thanks for joining us here.
We missed you. How you been?
Good. This is the first time I've tried to do this, and there's a few things going on here at I'm at my art studio where I used to do my video production. Let me clean the lens here a little. I have a dog here that's 18 years old. My picture is blown out where I am too. It's hard to. So let's see if I can make it full screen. Oh, that's a lot better. Okay. I'm trying to find a good spot where the lighting is good. Those are paintings, but they look way too light. My face is too dark. The dog here. Let's see if I can turn the camera on. See how that works. I can't. This dog down here. This one here. Let's see if I can get it up here. This is Spunky. She's 18 years old. She's only 19. She's just a couple weeks short of 19 years old. But she's been really, really sick, and it's very possible that I might have to take her to the vet tomorrow. I already scheduled an appointment. She's been having a lot of seizures.
Oh, no.
The last few days. So
have you given your dog CBD?
We have tried a lot of different things, and the seizures are something that are brand new. And what they did is they did some tests, and they found that she has brain cancer that's not treatable or operable. And but they said, well, if they weren't too bad, a month ago they weren't too bad. She was having about a seizure a week, but now it's like every few hours.
Oh no!
Damn.
So that was today. That's why I'm a little late. I forgot all about.
Sure.
I was dealing with her.
Yeah,
but I'm here. This is the first time I've ever done this. I hope the cam and the pitch is okay. I had to walk around and find a good spot to set up here.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can see you here.
Is my voice clear for everyone?
Yeah, it's a little low, but I can hear you clearly. I can hear what you're saying.
Because I can speak up a little bit.
Okay.
Just, scream, whatever you got to do. Just don't upset the dog.
Yeah. I have a dog that's about 12 years old. So I have a pretty old dog too. And you know what? My dog used to have this problem where she could not control her bladder at all.
Yeah.
And she would just pee everywhere. And for the last 2 years, I've been giving her these hormonal drugs to keep her from peeing. And one day I ran out of drugs for her, and it just stopped. She just stopped. Like I don't know why. It just stopped happening where she doesn't pee in the house anymore. I don't have. No. I was just, the only other thing that I changed is that I've been giving her CBD for her hips, and I changed her food to like a different type of food.
Huh.
Well, there's another little bonus going on here at my art studio right now. Is my black lab Haley. I adopted this beautiful black lab about a year ago, and she had puppies. She had 2 puppies, and both puppies are here. They're 14 weeks old, and they are more than twice as large as they should be. So I did a DNA test. You can swab their mouths.
Yeah.
And it turns out my dog, even though she's an AKC registered thoroughbred black lab, she's 25% Newfoundland. And the father turns out to be 25% Tibetan Mastiff.
Wow.
And the puppies are 55 pounds apiece at 6 months. They're as big as the mother. And I might be able to get them in here on camera. Let me see if I call them. Come here, babies. Come here.
The puppies are like 4 of my cats added together.
Come here, babies.
Come here. Oh, somebody's trying to call me. Oh, that was strange. Somebody tried to call right when I was doing the broadcast. It never happened before.
Huh.
Stage fright.
Of course, I've never broadcast like this before. Come here, babies. Come here. Let's try to get one. This one is Sadie. This little girl.
Oh.
He's about 50 pounds. This is Mongo. He's 57 pounds. It's hard to. They're huge puppies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an adult dog that weighs 2.5 pounds.
Or the little chihuahua.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to drive the conversation this way. I don't know what you'd like to talk about.
We're all dog lovers here, but we usually talk trash about the president.
and we play videos. Normally when we have a guest on, we usually kind of tailor the show to what they're interested in.
Yeah.
I actually have a bunch of vintage toy ads from toys that I liked when I was a kid. I'm 37 years old, so I fall into like I would say the main toys when I was a kid was like Masters of the Universe and like Thundercats and that kind of shit.
I knew the person that created Thundercats. Well, I don't know if he's credited officially online, but I know the person actually did. Leonard Starr. He was the artist of Little Orphan Annie when I knew him. I think features it. I've been doing art a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and before we had you on here, I was watching some of your more recent videos. That's so. The thing that I found so crazy was the whole thing about Obama and how. Yet you had the #1 voted question for Obama's YouTube Hangout when I think he was first elected, like around that time, right?
It wasn't when he was first elected. It was he'd probably been in office about 2 years at that point.
Okay.
And it's quite a story if you'd like to hear it. I'm
Sure.
not anti-Obama. I don't talk about politics, actually.
Yeah.
That whole video, and people can find it if you just search Mike Mozart and Obama. You'll find that video on YouTube. I have a lot of followers still on YouTube. I mean, not a lot compared to a lot of people today, but if you take my top 3 channels, they still have almost 1 million followers. But I haven't posted videos really in 3 years.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons was because of that video. That video was one of the reasons that I stopped posting videos at that time. If you guys out there don't know, I don't know how many people are watching this right now or will listen to it. I don't even remember the year. What year was it? Probably 2010, 2011 approximately. I had been contacted. At the time, I was doing videos about file sharing software. That I had uncovered most of the file sharing software is being distributed by CBS Television and Viacom. I couldn't believe it. And I was right.
Yeah.
New York City, Judge Kimball Wood found that I was correct, that they were the sole distributors of the software of LimeWire and Kazaa, Morpheus, all that software. And I exposed that at the time. I was getting a lot of media attention overseas, but not in the USA, because, it's the big media companies that orchestrated this whole file sharing thing. You notice you never hear about people being sued for file sharing anymore?
Yeah. Right.
Remember they used to sue everyone? They used to sue like grandmothers that didn't even have internet connection, or sue their dogs, or
Yeah.
sue kids that are...
Well, I remember for a while their students were getting ratted out by their universities for using LimeWire and BitTorrent and that sort of thing. And
that's all gone because a lot of that was due to the lawsuits that were filed when I uncovered that information. And a lot of them instantly stopped all their lawsuits against people because they were complicit in them by distributing the file sharing software and profiting from it. And they were actually promoting it to people to use to steal material. So what happened is I was getting a lot of traction. I actually was doing a lot of things that weren't toy reviews. I was doing some activist type things.
Yeah.
I had so many followers. So I was contacted by a woman in the UK. I'm trying to think of her name, Julia O'Dwyer. And her son was going to be extradited to the United States because he had a website that linked to some copyrighted...
That is so crazy. Extradition for a civil offense? I mean...
Yes, well, they changed the laws. They changed the laws to make it a crime to merely... Oh, this is Haley. This is the mommy of the puppies.
Hi, Haley.
Aww.
She's a beauty. So they made it a crime, a federal crime, to actually link to copyrighted material. So I found out about Julia O'Dwyer. She called me and she said her son had an extradition order against him because he had a website called TV Shack, and he wrote like a blog about old TV shows, and he linked to them so people could watch them. And he linked to 8 copyrighted TV shows. And the extradition order was that he would be extradited to the United States because they wanted him to spend 30 years in federal prison because he just linked to 8 copyrighted things.
Yeah.
He never did
Christ.
anything in his life. He was 19 years old. He was going to college. His mother was a nurse at a hospice for children dying of cancer.
Yeah.
He had no father, and they were destitute.
Wow.
So he contacted me. He says, "You got to get my son out of this. There's got to be some link between what we're discussing with the file sharing software and what he's doing." So I was like, "Wow, how do I get this kid out of it?" So I noticed that there were Google Plus. I was big in Google Plus Hangouts. When Google Plus first came out, I was actually quite big on it at the time. Of course, it fizzled and died, like a falling star. I could talk hours about why that fizzled and died too.
Well, we'd like to hear that too, but yeah, please go ahead.
Think about it, because since I'm here at my art studio, video studio all the time, it's very convenient to jump in Hangouts all the time and keep working while the Hangouts were going on. So I was in Google Plus Hangouts, and I heard from Google engineers. I usually went to Hangouts that had the heads of the different Google departments. Ooh, here's like the top engineers at Google, and they're having a hangout. I'll jump in there. So I would listen into what they were saying while I was working. So they were mentioning about this President Obama was going to answer the top 10 most voted questions as asked by the YouTube community. So I thought, wow, that'd be a perfect opportunity for this Richard O'Dwyer thing. I can promote this to all my YouTube followers and get them to vote it to the #1 question. So I was listening intently to them, and they weren't paying attention to me being in the room because I was busy painting. Even at the time, even while I was still doing YouTube videos, I painted for pleasure all the time. I used to do live shows all the time. I used to paint. So I'm there painting, and they're talking about they were concerned that there'd be questions that were uncomfortable that would be voted to the #1 spot. And the engineers were talking, "Oh no, we got it handled. When the promotion's going along, we're going to manually upvote them and downvote them for whatever the White House wants to answer." Oh, okay. So I was sort of like, maybe I can work that to my advantage somehow here. So I was going into Hangouts for about 2 weeks, listening to the different planning stages for this big event. And I'm sorry, somebody keeps calling me here. It's okay. The Art Basel is the biggest art show of the year, and I'm not at Art Basel. I should be there, but I have too much going on in my personal life.
I see.
I have a very close relative that's dying right now, too, that could happen at any moment. And plus, Bunky, who's having seizures every hour and a half here right now. She's not having one right now.
Yeah, that's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, so it's busy here, and I'm very up. I mean, don't think that I'm a down person about all this. I'm managing it all, and I'm a very up person. So here I'm at Google Plus Hangout, and it's like Friday night, and this Obama Hangout, I think it was on a Monday or Tuesday. I forget which date it was. So I heard them say that they already chose the questions and they manually upvoted them to the top 10 questions that were going to be asked. And they sent photographers out to videotape people pretending to listen to President Obama. Okay? Huh. And I was there in the Hangout and I was listening to him. I says, "What do you mean pretending?" He says, it's going to be like Saturday night is the cutoff deadline. We already know what's going to win. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out and film people that ask the questions, and we'll get them all dressed up, and we'll put them like in a nice pose and everything, and they can ask the question to President Obama themselves. And they said, but we've already voted them up. Nobody could possibly become the number one question now, or the top 10, because we voted up all the ones the White House wanted. Oh. Okay. So what I thought is, at 6 o'clock on the last night of the voting, I knew the Google people weren't watching the results that were coming in anymore, because they figured that nothing was going to sweep up at the last minute. So I made this video explaining the situation where this kid, Richard O'Dwyer, high school student, is going to be extradited, blah, blah, blah. So I put up a video. Would you please share this on your channel? Some of those original videos where I asked people to share are still posted. Mine's private right now. Please vote this to the number one question. Let's save this kid. I just posted the question now at the last minute, and we have like 4 hours. Please vote it up because we have until midnight. I became the number one most asked question because I sent it out to millions.
And I watched that hangout with President Obama, and they did say, the question was from Mike Mozart, and that it was the number one voted question that they got from the YouTube community.
Yeah, and they said it was a text question, which it wasn't. It was a video question with me personally speaking. Yes. Now, they were supposed to show that clip to President Obama. There's a lot more to this. What happened. And they were supposed to ask that clip on. So what they did is, there's a lot of the stuff I really don't want to tell publicly because it's kind of, already Stephen mentioning that was rigged at the time. But all this stuff is rigged.
Yeah.
So even that was rigged at the time, that was, it's a decade ago. What are they going to do? Go back in time now and, try to do some research on it? I don't think all those records are gone. Now
they rig the elections, right?
But there's so much. There is so much out there. Now, I would love to add something right here too. Is that there's a lot more to this story.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of it I can tell right now. All I got to say is, I'll just cut to the baseline because there's a lot more involving me and Google because I really upset the whole Google environment there. The whole Google, environment at the entire corporation got thrown out of whack. They didn't expect me to do that. Sorry. And they contacted me and basically said, Obama's not answering that question for you. My question was, there's this kid, Richard O'Dwyer, in England, and he's being extradited to the United States for merely linking to copyrighted things using a law that was designed to combat terrorism.
I'll be right back. Gotta go unlock the door for someone.
Okay.
So I said to President, why do you personally endorse bringing this kid here? And he was like, I don't know anything about this. Intellectual property laws are very important. I'm sure whatever it is, it's being handled the proper way, and we have to do things like this. The United States didn't cover it at all. There wasn't some of the newspapers in the USA did cover it, but not many. Of course, the media companies, CBS, NBC, ABC, Time Warner, didn't cover it. However, if you search Mike Mozart and Richard O'Dwyer as a Google search, every newspaper and TV station in Europe, I was interviewed for all these news programs all over Europe through like Skype or whatever the system is. And things have evolved a lot in the past 8 years, quality wise. We didn't have iPhones back then you could broadcast on. So, I was being interviewed all over the world, newspaper articles, every newspaper in England and Germany and France and everywhere. President Obama is going to extradite this poor kid because he linked to something. What a heartless wretch. And that was like all the articles were like that. And it was such a major embarrassment to the United States worldwide, they withdrew the extradition order for the kid. And hence, I saved Richard O'Dwyer, but nobody in the United States knows. I don't care that anybody knows. I never made a follow-up video that, hey, thanks guys, you saved the kid, because a lot of people saw the video and they all know what happened.
Yeah.
All my fans, I'm a live show person, so a lot of people came to my live shows and I filled them in there.
Yeah, I was still worried about the kid. I didn't know that he got saved. I figured he was sitting in Guantanamo getting like the crap kicked out of him or something. So it's
Oh no, he got saved. And the mother was very thankful. And this goes on. Now there's a lot of things associated with this I can't tell you right now because it would just get me in a lot of trouble. I'm trying to avoid political things.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, because I am deeply involved in my activist activities, as I always have been. Right?
Yeah.
I don't care if someone finds out if I actually did the things or not. Like if evidence was uncovered for some investigation. I don't want anyone to know that it was me that provided it. Because I don't want the public to don't care, but I like to help out different things. You're going to find out that my business, everyone's like, wow, you're not making YouTube videos like you used to. Those are the puppies playing, by the way. You're hearing this growl back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very productive, very happy dogs here. So, my careers, all the work that I've done, my YouTube videos and my art and everything, have really been supported because I'm a patent and copyright and trademark researcher of old historical things. And in this building, this is a 6,000 square foot building, big office building. I'm in a big office building here. And I have the world's largest collection of wholesale and retail mail order catalogs back to the 1850s. Over 250,000 of them. And I do research for companies when they're being sued for trademark infringement or copyright infringement or patent infringement. And I charge a lot of money to do it. And I'm the only collection of catalogs in the world, like old Sears and Roebuck and J.C. Penney's and every catalog. I would bring you in that room right now, but it's all full of paintings right now.
Wow.
So I have 2,000 square feet of these catalogs, all in library shelving. And I do a lot of research. I do a lot of research still to this day. And there was a very famous lawsuit that I was instrumental in recently. I mean, I can mention that I was involved in it because I'm sure the evidence is publicly available online. But Nike bought Converse sneakers. Are you aware that Nike owns Converse?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Well, Converse All-Stars, they bought that whole line of Converse sneakers and the Converse All-Stars line, the Chuck Taylor sneakers.
Yeah.
And then they filed the trademark on the design and sued everybody that was making a sneaker that looked like a Chuck Taylor sneaker.
Wow.
When I was a child, every sneaker from every company looked like a Chuck Taylor sneaker. That was the basic design of all sneakers until about 1979. Growing up, that's all I had. You could buy the Sears version or the J.C. Penney's version or all these stores that are defunct now, like Corvettes and Wilco's. They were big chains. They're all gone now. And I contacted. So Nike sued Walmart, 100 different people for making similar sneakers. My catalogs show that the sneaker design that Chuck Taylor used was actually invented by Keds about 1909, and that they were made for 5 years, as they evolved into exactly what the Chuck Taylors look like. And the Chuck Taylor sneakers, when they came out, the only thing unique about them was their tread design. They had a unique tread design.
Huh.
But the themselves looked exactly the same.
But didn't they? But they had the name on them too, right? They had the Chuck Taylor seal of approval.
Well, yeah, and the people who are copying the design aren't putting Chuck Taylor on the side of the shoe, though, right?
Was he the first pro basketball player to have a shoe deal? Yeah.
No, there were earlier people, definitely, that the pro sneaker, pro shoe deals really start with baseball. There's a lot of baseball ones from the 1890s to early 1900s because I have all these old catalogs. And I was looking for the sneakers for this lawsuit. There are all the sports shoes for all the other sports. And they had a lot of sneakers and shoes for baseball and football particularly that were branded for the star at the time. The baseball bats had the names burned into them like since the 1890s. So I have all the evidence of that, and if I was prepared to show you that, I would have a whole pile up to show you. But I have all the Christmas catalogs, like from Sears and Roebuck, the Wish books. Their first one's 1933. I have all of them from 1933 to present. They've still been making them, but it's not really the same thing. I don't know if they have one out this year. I didn't even look yet this year because Sears is more or less defunct now.
Yeah.
So my expertise has been, I'm an expert on products that have been sold and manufactured since the 1850s in the United States, particularly. And I have just about every catalog for every company that was ever issued for anything, any product in the United States.
Even like medical equipment.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you have like the old catalogs with like the electroshock therapy machines?
Oh yeah. Those electroshock therapy machines were sold by Sears and Roebuck. Something that would be a fun show. I think would be a really fun show is to pull out the old Sears and Roebuck catalogs, and they weren't the biggest. They were a big catalog at the time, but there were a lot of other similar ones. But Sears and Roebuck sold pot. They sold weed. They sold morphine. They sold cocaine.
Yeah.
And anyone could just stop for it. Up until people don't realize that up until the 1970s or so, that you could buy guns through mail order without any permits or anything. You could just send your money and they'll send you the gun. And
thanks, Obama.
The stuff that's in the Sears and Roebuck catalog, oh my God, from the 1920s, 30s, 40s, they had like a lot of war surplus. Like after World War I, they had all this war surplus guns. And they were selling in Sears and Roebuck catalogs war surplus machine guns. High performance machine guns with these, huge capacity magazines, like 1,000 bullets. And they were like $99, or if you buy in quantity, they're even cheaper. I can't believe the stuff they used to sell through mail order. And if I was prepared, so I could grab a couple things because it's kind of interesting here. I would say the thing that's most interesting, and there's some things I won't show, and I've never published them online because of it, is that a lot of mail order catalogs up until the 1950s were very racist.
Oh, I bet.
Terrible racist. The least racist was the Sears and Roebuck catalog. Sears and Roebuck and a lot of the big book catalogs had very little of that. But a lot of catalogs were full of it. And there's a catalog that's still available called the Johnson Smith catalog. They used to have those ads in the back of comic books where they would have like Smoke from Fingertips, Magic Tricks, and Joy Buzzers, and you could buy and stuff. Oh my gosh, their catalogs from the 1920s and 30s are so horrifying that I will never show them. But
you should probably take them out, right? You should probably share them with our current social climate. We need this information out there in the public.
Yeah,
I would. Well, so let me tell you, I have so many stories. I used to do live shows all the time. I used to get big audiences from my live shows because my life is so full of stories. I've just been so fortunate in my life. I would say the thing that people don't realize the most about Sears and Roebuck, and I was going to make a video about it, in my early activist days on YouTube, is Sears and Roebuck sold a formula called pennyroyal compound. They sold up until about 1907, I guess.
Yeah.
And what it was is it guaranteed results that if a pregnant woman drank it, she'd have a spontaneous abortion of her baby.
Yeah,
really?
Pennyroyal tea, man. Pennyroyal.
They sold that product for like 15 years. And the last issue they sold it in, they passed the Pure Food and Drug Act, which banned it. But the last issue they had it in, they actually have a full-page ad for it. It's a double-page spread. One side shows this giant train loaded with boxcars, with like 90 boxcars. And it says, Sears and Roebuck is proud to say we sell 90 boxcars worth of pennyroyal compound to very satisfied women. Oh my God, how many babies were they aborting through the Sears and Roebuck catalog? So I decided I was going to make a video about it and show all of the pages of heroin and cocaine and everything else they were selling. What I want the weed, they were selling buds. They actually were selling cannabis buds at Sears and Roebuck catalog in bales, big bales of them. And they sold it to farmers to give to their sheep and goats to calm them down. Especially goats. Because sheep and goats and stuff, you want them sort of calm and out grazing, and it made them all high so that it's all stand in the field and eat.
So you get a bale of that goat weed.
Yeah, it's hilarious because it was sold for animals, like in big bales. It was sold in like 20-pound bales, right? Buds. Beautiful looking buds, you know. They look bigger. It could be they exaggerated the size, but like a hand would hold one. It'd be as big as my hand, like a grapefruit-sized bud. And so at the bottom of the little ad for it, there's a picture of a farmer with one of those clay pipes, and his eyes are like this. It calms the farmer down too. It was hilarious. And they sold Sears and Roebuck catalog sold weed up until, or cannabis products up until the 1930s, about 1935. Because it wasn't covered under the Pure Food and Drug Act. That's why they took cocaine out of Coca-Cola. Was that ad that they passed?
I've seen old ads for Bayer heroin.
Bayer heroin.
Yeah.
Gets rid of a headache really well.
The methamphetamine diet pills that moms would order.
Yeah, didn't MDMA start off as a drug for like weight loss, and then I think then it went to a medication you would use for counseling, like marriage counseling, and then they just banned it because all the people took it at raves.
Yeah,
that's my understanding.
I'm sorry, this is like one of my expertise things. When heroin first came out, when heroin was first introduced, it was an ingredient in a product called Winslow's Baby Soother. Heroin sold if you had a baby that cried all night and was colicky.
Well, that's one way to stop it, yeah.
So you give this kid heroin.
It's nodding out like...
It was actually distributed through Sears and Roebuck as Winslow's Baby Soother. And Bayer sold it themselves and just called it heroin. And right on the package, for the baby.
For the baby?
Baby heroin.
If you Google Bayer heroin or Winslow's Baby Soother, the existing images of that online are from me. I scanned those out of my catalog years ago. Because nobody else has reference like that of those products.
Yeah.
So I should go grab a catalog right now so you can just marvel at some of the products they sold. The thing that I am most
Get the racist
about,
one.
No, anything racist. I was reluctant when I was doing the failed toy reviews. I only showed one racist thing.
Yeah.
I showed the Oreo Barbie that was made.
Oh no.
Black Barbie. Black Barbie was Oreo Barbie. And I swear this is true. They made a complimentary. It's on my YouTube. I made a YouTube video of it. So they made an Oreo Barbie. She was black. The matching one was a Ritz Cracker white Barbie.
A cracker!
No way!
So here's Oreo Barbie and Cracker Barbie. God, I can't believe it.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. How does that get past research and development? Like
they know.
They know.
Different times.
No, I designed toys for 30 years.
Yeah.
And I used to go to the toy companies, and now I've been starting to post some of the toys I actually designed. When I was reviewing toys, I wasn't telling anyone what I designed because I didn't want people to go on like Amazon.com or eBay and rate them terrible. Like this guy's toy killed my cat because it breathed on it or something. So I couldn't tell anyone at the time. So I haven't designed toys in about 10 years, so I can start telling people all the toys I designed. And you're going to find out I only did one product that featured SpongeBob. I take it back. I did 2 SpongeBob products because I was dealing with Nickelodeon licensing. It was probably around 1999 or 2000, right in that range when SpongeBob first came out. It was very popular. I would sit with the
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, I was sitting with the licensing department, and I did a radio. I did a poster radio and a poster telephone where you hang it on your wall. It looks like a poster, and it's a speakerphone telephone and a radio that you just touched, and it would play the radio. And they were cool. They're on my Instagram. I posted pictures of the products on my Instagram. So I'm there. I go in with the artwork, and I'm talking to licensing people, and they said, can you, like, put, like, a dick in there somewhere? Well, like, you see this coral thing. Can you make it, like a big cock? And I'm like, what? This is stuff for kids. Now, what I'm describing right now, all the toy companies were doing. And toy companies in the 80s, like late 70s through about 2000, were populated with perverts.
Yeah.
Terrible. And I got so sick of working with some of these companies. That's why I made my failed toy review videos. Is that I saved products that a lot of these people made that they deliberately designed in sexual things because they thought it was funny. And I would tell them, this isn't funny. This is sick.
Well, it is funny, but it is sick, right? It's sick. It's fucking sick, but it's funny.
There's a company called Alvin Toy Company. They were in Providence, Rhode Island. So I go out to the company, and they're famous for making squirt guns. I've done a lot of work on different squirt gun products over the years, water guns.
Yeah.
So I go out there, and they want me to design a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs water gun. And they put the triggers. So their characters, they're sculpted like characters. They're bent over at the waist, and the triggers right in the crotch. So it's like you're squeezing their dick when you're using the water gun.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't feel comfortable designing products that look like this. And it was like old guys like, yeah, we think it's hilarious. Look at that. And it says nothing funnier than seeing like a 5-year-old girl playing.
God damn it. Oh my God.
And they used to have those vibrating Harry Potter wands, like the brooms that you can write on, and they had to discontinue that because, vibrating little girls, not a good idea.
Do you know what? Do you know what was the most desirable toy in my age group when I was a kid?
What?
It was this. It was this.
Wow! Here it is, the USS Flag aircraft carrier. Imagine being on the deck of this aircraft carrier.
The USS Flag is fantastic! It's so big! Get ready to launch aircraft! Where's the admiral? Not here! G.I. Joe!
So
those kids are fucking happy.
Fuck yeah!
I have to say something. I designed toys for most of the major toy companies, especially in the 80s. I was like the king of the 80s and early 90s for toys.
Yeah.
And Hasbro, that was doing the G.I. Joe products at the time. Was it Hasbro? Geez, I'm so tired right now. I'm pretty sure it was.
I think so.
Or was it? Well, whatever. I just want to say that all the time I ever did work for Hasbro, they never did one failed toy. They never had any sexual things in their toys. They never had any bad toys. They didn't have any unsafe toys. Hasbro was a huge company, and they never did one failed toy. And
wow.
You could the company Mattel, and you could like make 1,000 videos and not run out of failed toys for them because they did. They do Barbie, like lingerie Barbie.
Yeah.
The stuff they did. I would say if you look at my failed toy videos, one of the things that bothered me the most, and I think I posted a video. I stopped posting videos near the end of me being on YouTube regularly. But they made bridal Barbies for years. That was the thing. That was the most popular one. Barbie in a beautiful gown, the bridal Barbie. What people don't know about that bridal Barbie is every single bridal Barbie came with lingerie.
Garter belt.
For the wedding night.
Stockings, the ruffled, bra thing. And it came with a little champagne bottle, a little champagne glass. And they didn't know it by looking at the package. But you open up the package and Barbie comes with lingerie. And it says right on the package, lingerie for Barbie's special night after she gets paid.
Wow.
So they tell girls, guess what? This is what Barbie wears after the wedding. I couldn't believe that they had that.
Hey, at least they're promoting, waiting until marriage to.
Yeah, once you're married, drink the champagne and
go ahead.
and strip your wife down, or in your case, you're the wife because you're buying the Barbie. You're a little girl. That's your job, right? It's
like,
marry and
they're
reproduce.
fantasizing about their first time getting banged by their husband.
G.I. Joe was a psyop to get little kids to join the military. Barbie was a psyop to get little
No
girls
one
to
in
marry
the
and
G.I.
reproduce.
Joe cartoon, no one ever got shot. And they used lasers. They didn't use bullets. There were red lasers and blue lasers.
Because they don't want to scare the little kids out of the military. They want them to think if they go to the military, they'll be fucking heroes. And they'll be hanging out with
There were
Fridge
only
Perry.
2 G.I. Joe characters that were real life people. It was the Fridge and Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
Oh, any relation, Billy?
Yeah, that's my dad.
Okay, cool.
So anyway, but back to that. Even G.I. Joe, the G.I. Joe product line is something I never worked on. I would have worked on it, but they mostly worked with the U.S. military. They did work with the U.S. military, and they were instrumental in getting licensing, where you actually have to license U.S. military uniforms, and like the official Army logo and all that, which I was all for. It didn't bother me at the time. And it still doesn't. That they really do license that, and that because the government oversees the production of the toys, it really does.
Yeah,
very close relationship there. So when they came out with that show, the TV show, it was like G.I. Joe, greatest American hero.
Yeah.
And that was planned because they wanted kids to think, you go to the military, you're going to be a hero.
Yeah.
They actually planned it. They did. They was really indoctrinating kids. And again, I'm not anti-military at all, so I'm not saying that it was a bad thing. I'm just saying it was a real factor that was really happening at the time. I was right there at these toy companies. I was talking to the art directors, the creative directors, the product designers. And I thought that was kind of nice that was happening. I wasn't too happy with the people in the Barbie area. There is a long-standing rumor that Ken doll is gay. Are you aware of this?
He does look kind of gay.
Isn't he a
He looks
eunuch?
like,
he doesn't have a penis.
They don't have penises.
Yeah.
Well, listen to this. So, the family. There are 2 real people: Barbie Handler and Ken Handler. They were children of the Handlers. I forget what their first names were, but the people that founded Mattel actually stole the design of Barbie from a manufacturer in Europe.
Yeah,
Copied it
it was a prostitute doll or something.
Oh, yeah?
Right?
Lily Bind. It was a prostitute doll.
Yes.
It had an exact copy. And so when they came out with Barbie and Ken, they named the dolls after their girl and boy, Barbie and Ken. In real life, Ken Handler was gay. And in real life, he was one of the early people that died of AIDS.
Really?
Now, the official line is he didn't die of AIDS. He died of, I remember now, Kelsey sarcoma or something like that. Because I was working with Mattel at the time a lot. And but that was, people that have AIDS don't die of AIDS. They die of rare cancer.
Yeah, it just lowers your immune system, so you get something else that kills you.
Yeah, so what happened is that they actually designed the Ken dolls specifically to appeal to the gay culture. And again, at the time, I didn't have anything to do with designing dolls for Hasbro. Not Hasbro, excuse me, Mattel. It just never interested me to do dolls. It really didn't.
Yeah.
So, but I heard about it at the time, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool. And the little girls loved his little sparkly outfits, so it fit fine with 8-year-old girls. Cute, And it was strange. If you actually look at the whole history of Barbie actually never married Ken. But she's been left at the altar many times because there must be 50 gowns that she had to get married in, But she never got married, so she must have been left at the altar by Ken quite a few times.
Must have been a bitch. Damn.
Yeah, it was terrible. So
they were both fucking G.I. Joe.
My specialty when I was doing artwork and design for toy companies was mostly Disney products. I was doing a lot of Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid. Did a lot of Little Mermaid products, And that was my specialty. I enjoyed doing that. But I didn't do dolls or action figures. I mostly did toys and plush, like board games.
And
things
squirt
that
guns with dicks, right?
Yeah. But that's the early days. When I first started going out, it was like the Wild West in the United States because there were 1,000 manufacturers of toys. Like every little machine shop came up with something like Slinky. Slinky was started in someone's garage, like a little machine shop. So I have a lot of experience. I can talk to you about toys and all the things I worked on in different toy products for years. I would say the most interesting thing about my whole toy career is someone said, why'd you stop designing toys? How'd you get out of doing toys? What happened? Why were you doing all this art years ago and then stopped for 20 years and started up again? The movie Toy Story came out. Damn it. And all the art directors, wow, this computer stuff is nice. That's really slick. We want you to do a book like that. Equipment costs a fortune. You have to upgrade it like every 3 months because at the time it was very expensive to do computer-generated artwork, and the whole genre was evolving so fast. It was so expensive. To get a computer at the time, like a Mac, wow, it's not funny to think like a Mac 800 or 950 or something at the time. Boy, I'm old. With all the computer processing software you needed at the time, and hard drives, their internal hard drives had like 42 megabytes. You had to have this serious backup storage things that cost tens of thousands of dollars. So I didn't get into it. I still did my traditional artwork, and that sort of everything went to CGI at that time period, and I wasn't going to invest all that money in buying all that equipment. So Toy Story's beautiful look is what really killed a lot of illustration work like I was doing at the time. And I'm a sculptor too, but all the sculpting work went out the window when the computers, they automatically print stuff.
The 3D printers, yeah.
Yeah. That killed that career too. So, but that's okay. I went into YouTube and did everything else. But people would say, well, why did you get out of art? Well, Toy Story killed it. And at the time, I was interested in perhaps working at Pixar or a company like Pixar at the time. And I really was actively visiting the companies and talking to the various people at them to try to see maybe I should do this. Maybe I should get into this now and get on the ground floor. But I never did. I was actually talked out of it by unfortunately, somebody that passed away at Pixar. Joe Rampt is the one that really convinced me not to get into that field at that time. And because I was in Connecticut and both my parents were alive and I was married, both of my in-laws were alive. We had huge extended families and I had 2 sons. And he said, if you're going to move your family out here, your 2 boys, you're going to take them away from all their family. Right? Just because you want to do this right now. Why don't you wait till the kids are older and get into it if you're still interested? But he actually was one that talked me out of not doing it at the time. And he worked at Pixar. He was one of their main story writers. And he passed away, unfortunately, very young.
Yeah.
Car accident. And if you want to hear the story, because I don't want to start recounting that. It'd take me forever. But
yeah,
I am famous because for knowing, or I should say, I used to visit him in California. I used to go out and visit Pixar if I had to go out for other things. Because I'd have to go to Disney Studios or I'd have to go somewhere. And I would try to stop at Pixar, which was actually part of the Apple Computer Company at the time. It wasn't part of Disney. People don't know that. It was on Apple's campus. It was like a development. Apple had this like development.
Yeah.
But Disney bought them not long after they started, right?
Well, yeah, it was. I was actually visiting them as that transition was starting to happen. And so I went to lunch with Joe Rampt. He was a writer of most of the early features, one of the key writers, story development people. And I went to lunch with him. And again, you can Google Mike Mozart on YouTube and Pixar and Toy Story, and you will find my whole story. I gave a couple interviews about it, and it went viral across the whole internet. And I gave interviews to a lot of newspapers, and I was interviewed by television stations, like I am right now, because Joe Rampt told me the story of what happened before Toy Story 1. Like, how come Andy doesn't have a dad?
Oh, you know the
that's
the secret.
a common thing.
Yeah. So I went to lunch with him, and I went to lunch, and I brought along a copy of Toy Story 1 and 2 because it just come out on DVD in a special gift box. And I brought it along with me, and he took me to the Hidden City Cafe. The Hidden City Cafe shows up in Monsters, Inc. When this movie opens, they walk past the Hidden City Cafe. It's a real place because I ate lunch there a couple times. So Joanne took me there for lunch, and I sat down, and I said, "You got to autograph this for me." You know, because my Toy Story 1 and 2 are about my favorite movies. In spite of the fact that they sort of ruined art careers, they were my favorite. I love Toy Story 2. So I said, the only thing that bothers me is they were like the most mistake-ridden movies ever. And he's like, they're perfect. There's no mistake.
They're perfect.
I said, well...
You mean like with the animation or like the story itself?
Or
No,
the
the
toy
story.
accuracy.
Oh.
If Andy doesn't have a dad, because Andy in Toy Story has a little sister that's a toddler that's about maybe 14 months old.
I mean, you could have took off like, about a month before the movie started. You never know.
So,
you never know.
So I said, how come there's no pictures of Andy's dad in the house? How come the Toy Story 1 opens, with a birthday party, where it's probably his first birthday party after his dad either split or died. Why is Andy having such a great time at this party?
Is his dad in jail? Is his dad in jail for beating his mom? And Andy's finally glad to get rid of his dad because his dad's been beating his mom this whole time?
Could have been.
LimeWire. So, but I sat with him and I said, what happened to Andy's dad? What happened to everything? And again, it would take me a long time. It took me, I did an interview like this, and the whole interview is like 4 hours long.
Oh, damn. Yeah, we just want to know what happened to his dad.
I can tell you, I can try to give you like the quick overview.
Yeah, real quick.
So what happened is, now Joe Ramp is someone I had been talking with when he first got to Pixar as a story development person. And he talked to me quite often. No, when I say quite often, maybe 6 times a year.
Yeah.
That's a lot for me. I know a lot of people, so 6 times a year is a lot. And he'd ask me questions about various things. And I said, how come Sheriff Woody was so hard to find? How come he's the rarest toy? It should have been the most common. Can you imagine in 30 years if Transformers became rare or collectible? Shouldn't Optimus Prime be the most common figure of the lot?
Yeah.
And the show was called Woody's Roundup. How come Sheriff Woody was so rare? And he says, well, you ought to know because you told me a story about what would make a toy rare. Yeah, he had asked me quite a few questions, about different toys, because at the time I was a big toy collector and designer.
Yeah.
One of the things is that wow, there's so much here. See, this could go into hours. I should probably cut that part of the story out and just tell you. Andy's dad died.
Yeah.
Just before Toy Story 1 opened. Pretty close to the beginning of Toy Story 1. And Andy's dad was, if there was ever a prequel made, which there might be, that's a whole other story. That there's other developing issues with this whole Pixar thing even after I told the story.
Yeah.
Pixar's initial response was, oh, this is fake news. The only statement that Pixar ever made is one of their directors, Andrew Stanton, who's one of the old Pixar people there, one of the most revered, Pixar gods, tweeted out, okay, heard the story, fake news.
Huh.
So that was the only response Pixar gave. And, but it wasn't fake news because even afterwards, I've been contacted by different people involved with Pixar who said, what do we need to do to get this story? Okay, so that's the new development people don't know, is that they realized that what I said was true, or at least mostly what they imagined it would be, but they didn't know exactly. Because apparently Joe Ramp didn't tell anyone else. He didn't really fill in anyone else what his vision of what happened before Toy Story 1 was. And he happened to tell me because I talked with him, just off the cuff. So Andy's dad died of, and it goes back to if they made Toy Story 1, is that Andy's dad would have been about Andy's age in about 1960, 59, 60, 61, and right at that time period. And at the time, there was this thing in America called polio that used to affect children and used to cripple them.
Yeah.
And a new type of polio is sort of coming out across the United States again. So what happened is, you roll the clock back to about 1959. Again, I didn't think I'd talk about this right now. And Andy's dad was a child living in the exact same house that Toy Story 1 is. That was Andy's dad's house growing up.
Yeah.
And Andy's dad, as a child, got polio. And now, you can recover from polio. And if you got polio before the vaccine came out in the early 60s, you could recover from it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But you could get a recurrence of it as an adult called post-polio syndrome, and it could kill you. And that's what happened. That's what he claimed happened. He got post-polio syndrome. And even at the time, there was a lot of talk about anti-vaxxers or people that weren't getting their kids vaccinated. He says it's very important because polio, could come back again. Terrible things could come back if people don't vaccinate their children. It's very important. He loved kids and his family.
Hey, Mike, buddy. That's all the interesting and everything. Let's watch some videos and get a quick 5-minute opinion from you after each one. Please, play a video.
So we usually play videos on the podcast, so everybody watching right now is a little they're fervent.
thrown off.
They want more video stuff. But
So if I don't mind more video. You could probably play clips of that video that's going. Again, this is my first time on here.
Totally.
Oh, sure.
Oh no, it's understandable.
I like these stories. I'm enjoying them, but I see the audience is getting pissy. So
Oh my God.
now I guess I go.
People like the routines,
But so his dad got polio, and is that the story? Is dad just
No, the story is all complicated. This is like one of the most complicated stories. I will rush through what I can say maybe in a minute or two to give you an idea of what exactly happened.
Okay.
Is that the town that Andy's dad grew up in? He grew up in that house, and he was the same age as Al from Al's Toy Barn, and his family didn't have money. But Al's family was very wealthy, and they owned a huge farm. And when Al inherited that farm, he sold it all off, except for the barn, and that's Al's Toy Barn. That's why there's that big city built up around a barn in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Because that was the family business. He was a farmer, and there was a farmer's, like a dairy store.
Yeah.
So, child, they had a promotion because of all things. So Ram says, how could what should have been the most rare toy? How could that be impossible to find? And I said, well, in the 50s, 60s, they were making promotional toys, like say they come out with a toy line, and the one everyone wanted, you had to go buy breakfast cereal for and save up box tops. And then all the kids would save up the box tops and send them in, and the company would go out of business before the promotion ended.
Yeah.
So now toys were in the stores except the feature toy. So what happened is Cowboy Crunchies, which was featured in Toy Story 1 in Al from Al's Toy Barn's apartment, actually that's Toy Story 2, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Al from Al's Toy Barn sort of. So what happened is they show the big standee for Cowboy Crunchies, the sugar that's sugar-coated and dipped in chocolate. Sheriff Woody was a promotion. You had to save up like 20 box tops, send them in, and you get a free Sheriff Woody doll.
Yeah.
Get it. So what happened is the promotion came out. Al from Al's Toy Barn sent in his box tops. Andy was broke and he couldn't afford to buy the cereal, so they only sent in like 3 box tops with this letter. Please send me one anyway. I'm Sheriff Woody's favorite deputy. I love you guys. Please do this for me. And he wrote like little cowboy pictures all over the envelope. So what happened is that Sputnik went up. That was mentioned specifically in Toy Story 2. As soon as Sputnik went up, everyone wanted space toys, right?
Yeah.
That's why they canceled Sheriff Woody's Roundup before the final episode. They never had the final episode because as soon as Sputnik went up, the kids wanted space toys. They came out with space programming and canceled Sheriff Woody. So when they canceled Sheriff Woody, the company that was going to make it, the toy, canceled it because, oh my God, we'll make a space toy. We'll send the kids all space toy. They'll love it just as much.
Oh no.
Okay, so now there's no Sheriff Woody toys, but there was one prototype They made one prototype of Sheriff Woody. So the mailman brought in the last batch of envelopes where kids were requesting their free Sheriff Woody. And the company went to the secretary that was going to fill the orders, and we're going to push the button and start making them. And they said, well, we're not making the Sheriff Woodies. We're going to send them all spaceward. And so they had the one prototype. She says, well, what about this one Sheriff Woody? What do I do? The guy threw it in the trash can next to her desk. We don't want it. Don't need it. No kid's going to care about it. So when they dumped out all the mail on her desk, she saw that one from Andy, or Andy's dad, and it said, from Sheriff Woody's favorite deputy, and she opened it and read it.
Little polio kid.
And she looked down at the trash, and she picked Sheriff Woody out of the trash and mailed it to him. He had the one. And Al from Al's Toy Barn figured out he had the only one, too. That was his holy grail, to get one for himself. That's why he could never find one in the Toy Story movies. So Andy got the only one, and then Andy got polio. Now, what they did is when kids got polio in the 1950s,
they quarantined them.
What would happen?
Paying up on a bet I lost to you from earlier this year. Good riddance, Urbanmeyer. Go Blue.
No, fuck you. What is my coworker would probably fight Mike on this. He's a huge Disney nerd, runs a blog on this too.
Yeah.
So people are talking smack.
Hey,
what about me making it up or something? I've had so many people trolling me when I came out with the story. But I have plenty of correspondence. I even showed some of it in the video. Look, the guy's letters and stuff. I talked to him regularly. This wasn't made up. And but what happened is that because there's a lot of questions about the movie, so I kept asking him questions. How come Sheriff Woody never knew there was a show called Woody's Roundup? Remember?
Yeah.
And prospectors say, you don't know the show existed? And when they played it, he's like, wow, I didn't know it existed. Because the show was canceled by the time he got to Andy's house.
Huh.
Remember they canceled the show?
Yeah, he never watched it. Yeah. Interesting.
There were never any reruns at the time, so he never saw it.
Yeah.
And Andy's dad's name was Andy and looked exactly like Andy. So when I pointed out, how come there's no pictures of Andy's dad in the house? He said, well, the whole staircase, when he's going down the stairs, all those pictures on the wall are Andy's dad. Look at those pictures and you'll see he's wearing glasses. He's older in those pictures. So the pictures have an older frame, and he's got glasses on, and he's got his adult teeth have come in. Oh yeah, so those are pictures. That was the house he grew up in. Again, I'm leaving out a lot of story. It took me about 3 hours to describe what the guy had told me at the time, but it went very viral, and I was interviewed by magazines and newspapers and TV stations all over the world. And Disney never really released any more statements about it. You know, some animators had mentioned afterwards, well, we're not really sure what the story was supposed to be. We really don't have an idea of what he intended. But he told me flat out, and it just made a big impression on me. I never made my own video about it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to, because it almost would be like, if nobody knew the story, you know, I'd sure like to have the story out there so people realize what's supposed to happen or what his vision was.
Yeah.
But I felt if I posted on my own channel and put advertising on it, it'd be like grave robbing or stealing jewels from somebody's grave.
Steal the jewels. We're about to get into our next segment of the show. So do you ever listen to any hip hop? Word.
Oh my God, you have to get me on something like that. Yeah, I do listen to some. I listen to music here all day long.
Nice.
And it's something I'm very opinionated about with certain music like that. Of course, I'm sure you'd love to have opinionated people, but as soon as I become opinionated about something, I'll get trolled on all my videos. Oh my God, he doesn't like Chris Brown. Oh my God.
You don't like Chris Brown?
Well, I don't like Chris Brown either. But this is intentionally bad. Yeah.
No, shade please. Let's go find.
So this is our intro to the segment here.
This is where they make me watch shitty rap.
Yeah. Yep. Is your neighbor?
So all these should be particularly terrible rap videos. If you find one you like, just start dancing.
Hello there, Kiwi Fox here, and I lost a bet on Twitter. So now, you get to watch me rap Nas Hyena's Furry Gang. And by no means am I a rapper.
Look at the
but
posters. Look at the posters in his room.
I think it's time Kiwi branched out. And let's get it. Furry gang, 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 furry gang. Spent 10K on a furry mane. My mate loved to roleplay. I did a yiff, I forgot her name. I can't pay rent, no way.
I did a yiff, I forgot her name. Ugh.
So what do you think so far?
Mike, are you into the furry community at all? As like anthropomorphic, maybe like is there a toy community for people that like to dress up as toys and make love? Is there like a Buzz Lightyear community where people dress up like Buzz and Woody and kiss each other?
What did I come back to?
Furry gang, furry gang, furry gang. Welcome back, MedsPeds.
There's actually a huge community of what you're describing in toys.
Really?
If you go to the Comic-Cons,
yeah,
you see all the people there in cosplay. Let's say it goes beyond the cosplay part. I've witnessed it.
You've been to a Comic-Con orgy.
I've accidentally walked in on this.
Yeah, because I hear about them all the time.
He has accidentally walked in.
Well, I can only imagine because I always hear about the Comic-Con orgies, and I don't get invited to them because I don't dress up. I might start dressing up. I might show up like with my what's that big purple bear from Toy Story 4?
Just dress
Ed
like
Asner was his voice.
Just dress up like Mike, and you'll accidentally walk into them.
Toy Story 3. Sorry, 4's not out yet.
I was gonna say four's the new one.
Mike, if I cosplay as you think I can get into a cosplay Comic-Con orgy?
It'll be so easy that you'll just accidentally walk into
I'm like, hi, I'm Mike
You won't
Mozart.
even need to try.
And I walk in, and I walk into a room full of, I don't know, Barbie and Ken, and Ken's banging G.I. Joe. And I'm like, all right.
Those exist.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Say that when I go to shows, well, say if I went to Comic-Con, there's a lot of parties, like after parties in the hotels, and they give you invitations.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna have this great party. There's gonna be beautiful girls there. You got to come up here. You'll have a grand time. And say it starts at 8, and I'm busy with other things. And they said it goes until like 1 or whenever. So I'll show up at like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like, oh my god, there's naked people having sex right here.
Yeah.
And what's funny is it's like a guy dressed as Sailor Moon is one of them.
Oh no!
There's a girl there as Scarlet Witch or something. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to see a lot of that, and I don't know why it isn't talked about more. You have to go to Comic-Con to get invited to those parties.
Yeah.
And have like a little iPhone sticking out of your pocket.
Oh man, you want to Bohemian Grove it like Alex Jones did, and sneak in? We're here at the Comic-Con orgy.
I know for sure that the Bilderberg sponsor these Comic-Con orgies.
The Build-A-Bear orgy.
Yep, trying to turn everyone gay.
Especially if two guys are dressed up as frogs banging.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
boy, I hate
frogs.
that.
Like, you got these little kids with the Snow White squirt guns poking each other's butts. Well, I say little kids, I mean 18 and over, but still, it's the guns.
Kids to us, yeah.
Yeah, they're kids to us. I'm an old ass man.
Yeah. Well, I walked in on one. I shouldn't even be telling you these stories.
Just a little bit.
I haven't posted any of those online yet. But I walked into one of these parties. You know, I went up to here's the room. You could hear the party going on. I walk in there, and there's I walk in, and there is a naked midget, like a little dwarf guy in the middle of the floor, who had been dressed up as one of those characters from one of those Game of Thrones things.
Oh no!
Cosplaying as the character, and I walked in. They're all drunk. They're all high. They're all fucked up.
Yeah.
And I actually walked in. I was just like so amazed. Like, is this guy even alive? He looked like he was dead. I was wondering if it was like a wax figure laying there dead. And I walked up and I said, "Are you okay?" And he looks up and he says, "I only get laid once a year at Comic-Con." And
Dwarfs can fucking party, dude. I've known a couple dwarfs that get
But then they
so
die.
wasted. Well, they don't die. Like this one kid I knew, I swear, he was a little dude. He was always so fucked up, doing twice as many drugs as people 3 times his size, and he would just zombie walk through the party. I I need to hang out with more dwarves. I'm going to Comic-Con, and I'm going to get in a Comic-Con orgy. If anybody's watching right now and you're dressed up like Tyrion Lannister or one of the other dwarf characters, make me your +1.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the most entertaining things to go to, and they happen a lot more than people probably think. Now that you're aware of them, now you'll get in on them.
Oh, I'm getting in. Yeah, I'm gonna make like a bunch of posts about it.
Furry gang, 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 furry gang.
Comic-Con, Comic-Con, Comic-Con.
I'm just gonna be furry man. Got this suit, don't need no tan. Family will never understand. Why do I do this?
No, they won't.
Furry gang, furry gang, furry gang.
He's got a Zootopia poster.
That's actually is Zootopia just porn for furries?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Don't we all want to fuck a bunny from that? Am I wrong?
Is there a fuckable bunny in Zootopia? I haven't seen it. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. But I've heard there's a hot animal sort of person in that movie.
No!
My fur costs more than your rent. Ooh, I got so much student debt.
My fur costs more than your rent? That's bragging? Well, you're boastfully saying that? That is fucking sad.
A fursuit costs like $3,000 to $5,000, right? For a full
I know.
suit?
Yes.
And that's higher than my rent.
Yeah. I would get a fursuit if I had like extra money laying around. I'm not even a furry,
Dude,
but I think
fursuit, dude.
Yeah.
Your fursuit would probably cost more than the
probably
average
like
fursuit.
$8,000 because I think I want to be like a panda
Damn
bear.
it. No.
Well, a panda bear would be chill. I could do kung fu panda stuff.
You could be a Pandarian.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, from World of Warcraft.
A Pandarian,
right?
Yeah, I never played World of Warcraft.
Is that from World of Warcraft?
I just think if I had a panda
I want to
bear,
be sand shrew. I love sand shrew.
Sand shrew.
Yeah.
Huh. So, should we become furries?
No.
I mean, I'll do it for the non-sexual stuff. But I'll just walk around in an animal suit. I'm cool with that.
Mike, are you part furry? Like I see you brushing the beard.
Well, you know what's funny is that people, I can grow this giant beard, a lot bigger than this. But I have no hair like anywhere else except my face. Like I don't have hairy arms or legs or anything. It's all here.
I have no hair on my body. Like other than the hair on my head, I look like a fucking
weird.
A blubber bowl.
I can't grow a mustache. I try to grow a mustache. It just looks like dirt, like this, like what I have now.
Yeah, it's because we drink too much soy milk.
All right, let's look at this one. This one looks really bad.
Because this is just like a terrible rapper, but it's furry, so it's oh no.
Shit.
What is he wearing?
An ash mask, but to the side.
No, this is not happening right now.
This is Ash Ketchum, beholder of the Pokemon I made. Team Rocket, my bitch, homie. I started from the bottom. Make no mistake, I'm dangerous.
They have accents.
This is square and you gay. What else more can I say? I've been through it all. I gotta catch them all. Either unify or we fall. It's just what I believe. I descend from the heavens to your eyes.
So they bought a cheap Halloween costume.
You keep saying they. I'm not convinced this isn't the same guy.
Is it the same guy?
I think it might be the same guy.
Hell as he's standing up to me.
SpongeBob SquarePants, and dances cause my pants. Whenever I'm home, I watch.
I don't know if it's the same guy.
Hey, Mike, what happens if your dog passes away while watching this bullshit?
Aww.
I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to turn this camera around.
Yeah.
Right here. And
oh.
Scanning. That's
why would you say that?
Because I'm like watching this. Then I'm thinking about the dog, and I'm like, oh God, what if this is the last thing the dog hears?
You are such a
What
downer.
if this is the last thing the dog hears? I was feeling super.
You're a sweet boy.
I am. I was feeling super fucking. I was like, this is sad. If this dog has to listen to this shit and it's in pain, why? Why?
I went in
a dark place.
Patrick would have be the only homies there when I need him.
All right, this is terrible.
It's like, I don't want. I'm thinking of the dog. Turn this off for the dog.
Stop doing this to me.
What?
Shouts out to all
This is almost as bad as my green screen.
Hold on, this guy's wearing a Seahawks jersey.
All right, did you just assume something?
Aw. Hi, doggy.
Cute.
That dog is 18 years old.
Yeah.
He'll be 19. Survives till January 9th.
Oh, sweet boy.
That's a girl. Her name is Spunky.
Sweet girl, yeah, Spunky.
Yeah,
I got a
don't assume that dog's
16-year-old.
gender.
I got a 16-year-old girl dog that's on her way out right now, so she's having seizures every once in a while too. So I'm really sad. Like it's really weighing on me.
Yeah.
And then this thing comes on, and you know it's gonna be bad.
He's got a Seahawks jersey on. You got to collab with this kid. He's local, dude.
Oh, he's got vlogs.
Every single day.
We don't know he's local. He might just be a big Sierra fan, so he's wearing her husband's jersey.
I ain't gonna lie, we gotta stay fly. I ain't no typical guy. I'm here to help you. Yeah, never catch the flu.
Is this you? Is this you when you were younger?
This is not me when I was younger. No. This is.
Oh.
Is this what the Andy from Toy Story has grown up to do? Cringe rap?
Oh my God.
Well, this is actually the neighbor kid, right? Well, what was his name? Spike or
Didn't
the
you
kid
say
that burnt all
something
the
about
toys?
Mundane Matt being in Toy Story or something?
Mundane Matt was I didn't say that.
You did.
He was the Al from Al's Toy Barn.
Yeah. Yeah, the neighbor kid was Sid.
Sid, yeah. Burning all the toys and making the amalgamation creeps. Yeah, look, this is terrible rap, Ben. This is horrible rap. And I'm pretty sure this kid's from Seattle, so I'll probably run into him at a rap show. And I'll have to say something like, hey, you're garbage. What else am I supposed to say right now?
You should say, let's collab, man.
Let's collab, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Is there any more cringe rap?
No.
So if we finish with this video, we can be finished with cringe rap. I don't have to listen to any more cringe rap.
That is true.
Well, then let's take our medicine.
You played the dog card and made me feel sad.
I'm not. I don't mean to laugh at the dog, but I love doggos too. I'm just sitting there thinking about how fucking horrible this background noise would be while I'm suffering because I'm suffering. I'm sorry.
I hate you. Oh God. All right, we're going to
Crazy people.
boom boom. All right. There's this guy. We watch his videos. He thinks yoga is satanic, and here's a video about why he thinks yoga is satanic. Yeah. Does that compute?
Hey, Faye family, it's Brother Mario. I pray you're having a great day. I wanted to go ahead and create this video here to discuss with you a very important topic and question, and that is, should Christians practice yoga? This is a question that's actually growing amongst Christians today. Many ask themselves this question, so I wanted to create this video. Now, I believe I am one of the most qualified people to speak on this topic to Christians. And the reason is, I was a Hatha yoga instructor. That right there.
Yeah, that's the mandatory tattoo you must get when you become a yoga instructor. They brand you in the satanic cult of yoga.
Namaste.
Have you heard of the satanic cult of yoga?
So he's got the mark of the beast over here.
Yeah, look at him.
Uh-oh.
Oh God, he's going to hell.
Everybody knows bending is hedonistic somehow.
It's the dark
How
mark of the beast.
dare you stretch your muscles?
Yeah. Downward Dog is worshiping your dark master.
It's upside down for you, but anyways, it's the word yoga with a lotus flower to symbolize the spiritual enlightenment that is the aim and the end result of the yogic practice. You practice yoga to achieve what's called Brahma consciousness, where your consciousness reaches the highest level possible according to the Hindu practice, where now you believe yourself to be at one with everything. You are an enlightened being because you now know that you are a god, because everything's God. So you end up falling for a pantheistic lie about the nature of our reality.
I just thought you looked good in sweatpants when you do yoga.
Yeah.
I didn't know that had anything to do
I've
with
been to yoga classes and they've never brought that up.
Yeah,
at most you'll meditate for 5 minutes at the end, and then you just like talk about being centered and being in the present moment. But that's it. Just stretching.
Sure, there are spiritual origins to yoga, but most people, it's just exercise, right?
Yeah,
well, it's centering the
Pretty
mind,
much.
body, and soul.
And it's better to for like people who have tense muscles and stuff. I mean, when you stretch them out, you'll have a lot less, just general pain. Especially if you have like a desk job like me, you're supposed to bend these muscles and all that kind of stuff in order to feel better. So not only will it help like release endorphins and stuff, so your mental health will be better, but you'll feel less, aches and pains. So I don't know, it's not satanic. I don't know, exercise is satanic.
I don't know if you're capable of saying it's not satanic. Where's your tattoo?
I know, that's true.
Where's your yoga tattoo? Where's your yoga tattoo, MedsPeds?
I don't have one.
Yeah, so maybe you shouldn't speak up while our brother Mario is talking.
He's the most qualified.
I'll get the lotus on my hand, but I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah. Is that an elephant on your arm?
This is from Zelda. That's
see, you are satanic. I can't even talk to you about this. Let's go back to Mario.
Let's
go back to.
And my Pokemon are satanic too. So.
Oh.
So this is the reason that I believe I can come to you here, now a born-again Christian who's repented of all these false forms of spirituality. And now I'm following the Lord Jesus Christ in his truth and in his way. So I'm very excited to be providing this video, so I hope that your ears are open. This video also is not only for Christians, it's for non-believers as well. If you stumbled across this video and you're probably thinking, what does this weirdo have to say on the topic of yoga? Oh, these Christians think everything is evil. But you're still here watching for some reason.
To make fun of you fuck
What I'm going to
ass.
show you in this video is something that yogis and most yoga practitioners never actually talk about.
Uh-oh. This is the deep, dark secret.
And that is the spiritual dangers of practicing yoga.
Kundalini
and they
knowledge.
themselves admit this, that you can practice yoga and have what's called a Kundalini danger.
Oh, no.
A super chat just came in and says, Billy is so fat that when he goes swimming in the ocean, Al Gore has a panic attack.
It's true. It's true. I don't know why you would bring that up right now, though. I've been losing weight this year. A year ago, Al Gore had a panic attack. Now Al Gore just gets a slight boner and goes into Kundalini dangers. Let's just put it this way. If me and Al Gore were wrestling in a pool of mud, I would give him multiple Kundalini dangers.
Kundalini dangers?
Yeah, that's what we call orgasms in the yoga community. Little Kundalini dangers. I gave a girl multiple Kundalini dangers last week.
Kundalini dangers.
Little Kundalini dangers. No big deal. He's making it sound like some satanic thing. It's not so bad.
You actually need to do that the next time you have sex. Like announce, oh God, here comes the Kundalini danger. And then you're like, what? Like what?
Grab out the back of my head, baby. You're about to feel the Kundalini danger.
Oh.
It happened to me, where you get violently sick. You're throwing up every day. You got all these tingling.
And this is because you did yoga?
That's
because you got
You might
Kundalini
have
danger.
bodily contortions happen for no apparent reason.
It's like The Exorcist. He's like projectile vomiting and his head is spinning around.
Yeah.
He got possessed from the yogas. Too many yogas.
Too many yogas.
You might hear voices. You might hear. You might have tingles in your body. All these things might be happening to you, but most of the time, your yoga teacher never talks about that. Stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to show you that there are dangers to practicing yoga.
Yoza.
Dangerous to Yoza. Yowza.
Oh my God!
Mario's yoga instructor gave him a Kundalini danger.
This guy makes videos about basically everything being satanic. The Super Bowl halftime show was a satanic.
Basically, every
worship.
trending topic on YouTube becomes something satanic. Not because he wants to coincide with the algorithm, because he wants to be a searchlight, or what do you say, a light bearer for the Christian community.
Yeah.
He's showing where all the evil is, not to follow the fucking algorithm trends.
I want to know what this Yoza is. I think that's the key to what's really going on with Mario. I think that was more than just a slip of the tongue. Yoza.
You be very careful. You can talk about this Yoza and tongue slipping. You're going to get a Kundalini danger, Ben.
Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So please stay tuned for that. So now, why is this even happening today? How is it that I have to create a video to Christians who, in my opinion, should be so spiritually discerning and sound in their understanding of the Bible that they should know the answer to this question? Well, the reality is the Bible tells us about a prophecy. Let's look at it here. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3 says, "For the time is coming when people will not endure sound doctrine, but having itching ears, they will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions." Now, the reason that this has become a problem here, and we are even asking ourselves this question as Christians when generations ago it wouldn't even be up for discussion, is because we in the Western civilization have been taken over, desensitized.
Okay, I don't even have to watch this whole video. He's going to say it's because we're desensitized to like paganism or whatever he claims it to be, but it's really most people just view it as exercise. Sorry, they're not. It's not a religious ceremony. It's exercise.
I think anything that you do on a daily basis that opens up your mind to things outside of Christianity is the devil, right? Like if you're not focused on Christianity all the time.
That's not even really why most people do yoga, though.
We should start like a Christian yoga and get in on the profit of that.
Yeah.
Like you want a buddy? Like CrossFit's basically Christian
not
yoga,
the first
though, right?
time like Christians stole something from another religion. So I mean, steal pagan shit all the time. Christmas, Easter, all that. Steal yoga too.
I heard that Noah's Ark was stolen recently. That there was like a story before that Christians took and picked up. That must be why it has all those plot holes.
That would have been actually Jews picking up the Noah's Ark story originally.
Wow, Ben.
Yeah, because that was pre-Jesus.
Yeah. Old Testament.
I'm sorry. I fucked up.
We got that Catholic school education, so we know our shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Gosh. I just heard that the Noah's Ark story was bitten off of something else. I just heard that like yesterday. I don't know if there's any truth to that.
Not real quiet.
Yeah. I was looking at what to play next.
I was thinking of my
Wild Bill.
Oh no. The color of American racism.
An Englishman recently posted an article asking, why is it that only whites are racist? And it got me to thinking about the same thing here in the USA. Why is it that accusations of racism always seem to be aimed at white people, even though blacks consistently practice open racism? Why are they never called to account?
So, Mike, if you didn't pick up, this is the crazy people segment.
Yeah.
It's been all crazy people segments there.
Yeah, I know, right? When's this guy going to start talking about G.I. Joes?
I just add something here that you guys don't know about me that I think would be so funny to work into this somehow. In the 1980s and 90s, I did voiceovers for cartoons, thousands of cartoons.
Yeah.
And I did extra characters. I never did the main characters, but I was always like, like robot number 6, or I was like evil scientist or something. I can't tell you how bad I would throw in these old voices I used to do for years. It'd be so.
Oh no.
Are they both frozen?
Did we lose them? Did we? Does chat have us? Oh no.
We are not frozen.
Oh no. We lost Mike and TheMedsPeds. Mike was just about to tell us about his story voicing racist cowboys for the Transformers.
They are totally frozen.
Damn it.
you see them in the chat.
Are they chatting?
They're saying no. Hold on. We're here we go.
I could open my own religion based on yoga.
Oh wow.
The screen messed up for me.
Yeah,
we dedicated a show, and they used to call me up and say, "We're gonna call you tomorrow. You're gonna be all over me." Hold on. Oh, I can actually see what I look like now. I'm sorry, I never saw what I look like. The dog hit the screen. Now I actually see all of you guys.
Yeah, I don't. It seems to be frozen for some reason.
Let me go back to Cam. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
We can hear you.
A slight technical difficulty, so we'll try and fix that. I was frozen today.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh shit. Okay.
The cliffhanger we left Mild Bill on here has got me worked up. I wonder what he's going to say about reverse racism in America.
Oh wait, there we go.
I think it'd be very funny if I could use those. I haven't had a reason to use cartoon voices in years, but I used to do thousands of them.
You could just step in and speak for these crazy people when they start saying out of pocket stuff. You can de-crazify them.
Well, what I was saying is, if she's talking about yoga being like the work of the devil, you know.
Of course, it's the work of the devil. It's been known through centuries that it's been the work of the devil. Now we must destroy him and hide the truth.
Imagine getting paid to do that.
Yoga is the work of the devil because, like, without the devil, there wouldn't be yoga pants and all those yoga booties.
All those impure thoughts.
All those impure thoughts, yeah. Nobody cares if your back's aligned. We just want to see the girls drinking their Starbucks and their butts looking like the shelves for your chin.
Yes, but there is evil in those yoga pants because sometimes they don't look that attractive. Sometimes I don't want to say things. I don't want people to think I'm misogynistic.
Sometimes they look dumpy, but we don't look at those dumpy butts. We look at those tight ones, and we're like, yeah, order that pennyroyal compound. Order that pennyroyal tea. The Satan, the devil. No. So, did we get the video back?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see what Mild Bill has to say about the color
Why
of
are
race.
whites called crackers, whitey, polar bears, honky, and it's okay?
Polar bears?
Yeah, totally okay with me. Like
the polar bears.
Polar bears.
None of these.
That's a new one.
Yeah, none of these names are like really offensive. I actually, for the first time in my life, I heard a racial slur against white women that I thought was pretty offensive. Some girl called a white woman blue cheese.
Actually, I heard. No, that was Ghazi that said that.
That's what it was. It was Ghazi. When Ghazi called the white woman blue cheese, I was like, that's actually the first time I've heard a racial slur against white people be offensive.
Yeah, it was
that
pretty
was
offensive.
so fucking offensive.
It was kind of gross.
It was so gross. I was like, I feel bad for white women who get called blue cheese. It's the first time in my life I've ever
never
felt bad.
been called that, so.
Well,
But maybe
Ghazi
my
would
time
call
will
you
come.
blue cheese. That's fucked up. It's fucked up.
But I can't even say the word Negro without being blasted as a racist.
Oh, he did it.
He said it.
He went there.
He said it. I don't know if like saying the word is why people are calling him a racist, but he said it.
Just for the record, being called honky was kind of cool. I wish they'd bring that one back.
That's such a white thing to say.
That's hilarious.
That's such a white thing to say.
It is kind of cool.
I know. So I bring honky back.
I like it.
Every
Take it
once in
back.
a while, I'll be out with a girl on a date, and I'll be driving over the speed limit, and then I'll slam on the brakes. I'll just look at her and go, "You gonna die, honky?"
Yeah. Honky.
It gets women in the mood.
They say that whites commit a lot of crime against blacks, but we rarely, if ever, see it on the news. We regularly see videos of mass brawls in schools and shopping centers, and every one that I've seen were all black Americans slugging it out.
What?
There was probably going Worski. He'd fit in very well over there.
Yeah.
In Congress, we have the Congressional Black Caucus. If we ever tried to form a political group to look out for the interests of whites, the Black Caucus would scream racism. We have Black History Month and Black
The
Pride
Big Black
marches.
Caucus.
But if whites tried that, we would be viciously attacked and shut down. Affirmative action colleges and universities have been openly discriminating against white students for years, but apparently that bigotry is okay. And if I may be blunt, you guys rob us, carjack us, do home invasions.
Oh my
Holy shit!
This is being really right.
Yeah.
Well, you have to remember, Mild Bill is a former police law enforcement officer, right?
You guys rob us, you carjack us, you do home invasions. Should be ashamed of yourselves.
Should be ashamed of yourselves. I wonder how many crimes he committed as a law enforcement officer against people of color. Damn it.
Rape our daughters and play a game of targeting a lone white person and just walk up and
I didn't
bash them in
expect
the
that
head,
one.
hoping to knock them out with one hit. Sometimes, though,
knock
it
him
takes
out with
dozens
one
of
hit.
blows before grandma falls unconscious. It doesn't get more racist than that. And yet, when a white police officer arrests a black perpetrator, you guys call the cop a racist. Oh yeah, racism.
No, when you shoot him without a trial, we call you racist.
All those cops that arrested the black people really got rolled over the coals. All the ones that killed them, they just went and did their job.
Not all white people are racist, but Wild Bill certainly is.
Alive and well in the USA, but the white contribution to racism is very small. And it's time for Americans who are not racist to stop apologizing when accused of racism. If we're ever going to defeat the real racism in America, we need to shove that liberal left-wing race card right back down their throats. Just my thoughts on the matter.
Just
This is
my
Wild Bill
thoughts.
for America. Thank you for watching.
And America bless God once
again.
in. Oh, again.
Again.
Yeah.
America bless God again. So, Mike, if you had some of those old catalogs with the 1920s racist stuff, you think we could just photocopy a couple, send it to this guy, and see if he actually tries to order some of the shit?
It would fit in perfectly with his videos, I'm telling you.
There's a pancake house in South Carolina called Tar Babies.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
In Myrtle
That's
Beach.
crazy.
It's in Myrtle Beach. I cannot believe it. Someone sent it to me, and it's real, and it still exists, and it's open. It's really bad.
The amount of people in like the Midwest and the South that I've met whose moms collect like the gollywog toys, like the old racist toys, is through the roof. I swear there's like so many grandmas with all the racist toy paraphernalia on their refrigerator that I think it's cute. And I'm like, I'm from Seattle. We don't have this stuff there.
Yeah, that they wouldn't be serving pancakes in Seattle, that's for sure.
There was a place in Portland called Sambo's.
This
which
is
was,
the sign right there.
Oh, God.
Wow. Oh my God.
Like what?
And this is what's messed up. I see the sign that says
Antifa in Seattle. Antifa would shut that down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like this sign, but I see that there's a 60-item breakfast buffet.
Okay.
And that intrigues me.
Oh my God.
Luckily, I'm
Hi,
sure none of it's
viewers.
keto. Oh God.
Considering all the death that 2016 has brought, today I decided that we needed a bit more life among us. So I left my girlfriend pregnant. And then I woke up and realized that I don't have a girlfriend. So I did
Or the ability to procreate.
I played video games. Well, actually, this is a small online game called Life the Game. You can buy it for $2 or play it online for free. I'll leave the link in the description below so you can check it out. Let's see what this is all about. Get born. Oh, this brings back memories. Push. Wait. What am I supposed to do here?
Died in labor.
Wait, whoa. What happened? I failed to get born.
This is the worst Let's Play ever.
Yeah.
I failed to get born.
Yeah,
it's already better than your actual life.
Whoa. He's in a dark room now.
Oh, snap.
It's almost like Hellbent.
The dogs have to pee and poo, so they're outside right.
Yeah.
Happened in real life. You got stuck for 3 days trying to get out of your mother's womb. When you finally succeeded, your mother was so tired of you, she put you up for adoption and never attempted to contact you again. Believe it or not, that's actually quite close to what was actually supposed to happen. Well, actually not that close, but it's hard to explain.
I am surprised that he made
let's try this again. What am I supposed
through the
to
third
do here?
trimester like that.
I don't get it.
You're supposed to stop between the green, right? Or the red?
Yeah, yeah. There.
What am I supposed to click?
There. What am I supposed to click? I do not know what to click.
This baby's gonna shoot out directly
Just
into the
like giving
bassinet. If he can figure it out.
What the heck?
What the heck?
How can you not understand this? Now.
Yeah, I definitely started off on the wrong foot.
Now.
Oh, snap.
This guy sucks at this.
Snack cam.
I'm just gonna skip this level. Talk. Okay, so I just have to click all these music notes. Seems easy enough.
Damn it, now I want to play this game.
This game looks ridiculously dumb.
Yeah! I can talk! I can talk! I can talk! You, math! Why math?
I don't want to do... I can't handle this.
You
What
can't
is
handle
this?
it?
No.
You want to play Life the Game?
You know what we should
This is
play?
the first time Corpus Midgets had a shot at a legitimate
Why
life.
can't I study literature or philosophy or something else? Alright? What are these equations?
Wait!
Think!
Ben! Corpse Midget might have been the dwarf that was at Comic-Con that Mike went to and walked in on
I don't think he's ever been to Comic-Con.
Oh. You don't think that he was at the Comic-Con orgy
No.
as Tyrion Lannister getting his
He would have
diesel?
had to fly to the U.S.
You don't think he can buy a plane ticket?
I don't know how
People are
much money
calling
this dude's
for
got.
action news, so we
Action
gotta,
news?
yeah, we gotta do it.
All right. DP Action News.
DP Action News.
You know, Mike, I don't know if you noticed the video clip there of puking dog.
Yes.
But if one of your dogs starts puking and or humping, you're free to turn the camera on them and share it with the world. Just has It's not like
And he
we're
also
into that
might
thing.
get some votes the next presidential election.
Yeah.
When Puking Dog was originally featured on the show,
we basically suggested that people write in Puking Dog for president.
And he got some votes.
Yeah,
And
there
it
was a
made national
news story.
Because Puking Dog was a better choice.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This place is crazy.
Yeah.
I wish I was prepared more for craziness because I think I would have fit in a lot better.
Yeah, well, I like the fucking stories. I enjoyed that. But yeah, we do get a little fucking weird sometimes, so.
Yeah.
All those stories, you could have had the clips queued up, like the Obama hangout. So what
I actually do have that. I actually do have that queued up.
Make some time for questions that.
Yeah, I'll show you the actual question. Oh yeah, here it is.
What was number one? It was actually a text question. I'm going to read it to you now. It comes from Michael Mozart in Connecticut, and he writes, "Why are you personally supporting the extradition of British citizen Richard O'Dwyer for solely linking to copyright infringing works using an extradition treaty designed to combat terrorism and bring terrorists to judgment in the U.S.?" And for those of you who don't know who Richard O'Dwyer is, he's a British student. The Justice Department is apparently seeking to extradite him to the U.S. for copyright infringement.
Yeah, well, first of all, Steve, I'm not personally doing anything because...
Yeah, I'm reading exactly what you wrote.
No, it's all you, Obama. Thanks, Obama. You killed that little kid in a drone strike because he linked to some Pornhub shit. It's messed up, Obama.
Yeah,
Trump would just be like, wrong,
wrong,
liar.
Wrong. Yeah, I threw the kid in jail. He was linking to my sex
He's
tape.
a Hillary backer.
He's a Hillary
He was
backer.
weak. He was weak.
He was
We
weak.
killed him. Killed his family. We did it all.
He was linking to episodes of The Apprentice. I'm not going to let that happen. Not on my watch.
Can you bring up a video that I have that's it's called, I think it's called Try Not to Laugh. It's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Pez dispensers. That would fit right in here. Trust me. The Pez pop out their crotches.
Oh, God. I think I watched that one.
Eating about the Seven Dwarfs. It's all about the Disney princesses going down on the Seven Dwarfs Pez dispenser.
Oh, my gosh. So was the people who had the license for the Snow White toys, were they just the biggest pervs? They're shooting candy out of the fucking dick hole and they're squeezing the dwarf dicks?
They knew what they were doing. They weren't stupid. They knew exactly. You know, who's going to look at these toys, like these Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Pez dispensers, and not say, wow, that looks really bad? Why don't we put them under their chins like normal?
The following video is a little
right on the pants crotch, right where the zipper would be.
That's kind of weird.
Priceless.
So they redesigned the Pez dispensers just to make them perverted? They had to actually redesign everything?
Let's see.
The following video is a little naughty, so if you're Amish, you might not want to watch this because I'm demonstrating toys exactly how they were made, manufactured, and sold for children.
Was that peach flavored?
This is Mike Mozart back again, bringing you the coolest products of yesterday and today. And today I have the amazing Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Pez dispensers. A lot of parents messaged me about these. Several mothers said, you really gotta play with them like a kid does. Then you see how odd and inappropriate it is.
It's a Pez bukkake. All the seven dwarves just shooting candy loads.
It's when the segment starts, it says Disney Princess has gone wild.
Oh.
Let it run, let it run. It's really good. It comes right up.
Disney Princess has gone wild.
Unless you're skeeved out about it. You'll actually see I do voices a lot in my toy reviews because I used to do the cartoon character voices for years. So I usually do funny voices. It's Disney Princess has gone wild. I do love the women's voices, but I have to in the toy reviews.
So should we put this video on mute and you and I voice the dwarves as they do their bukkake to the Snow White?
Well, let it run first through a little bit so they can hear see what these things actually do, and you could run it back and we could do voiceovers.
I think we'll just we'll look at them whip their Pez dicks out, their Pezzo sticks. Is there more? Do they start shooting Pez loads? Is it like confetti?
Yeah, love the video. You got to see what they do. It's hilarious. Missing out here.
Oh no! You've heard of 2 girls, 1 cup, but you haven't seen 1 girl and 7 dwarves.
How come he has more boobs than me? It's not fair!
Look, sugar, mama's got a sweet tooth tonight. I'm bashful, ma'am. You don't seem so bashful. So are you men.
Mike, how much of your day is spent making dolls sex each other?
You actually chose the one that's the extended version of this video.
Oh, the extended version?
The extended version of it. With the outtakes. This is the outtakes video. I think one that's even more amusing. See, you probably don't know them. You have to look up The Punisher.
The Punisher.
You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and do some of the stuff we said we were going to talk about in the title of the video.
Yeah, we got to run through the Neil Degrasse, and then maybe in the after show we'll set up some stuff. But we got to get through this news. Neil Degrasse Tyson denies sexual misconduct claims. Are these new ones?
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're new, but now they're being talked about a lot.
Astrophysicist and author Neil Degrasse Tyson has denied allegations of sexual misconduct made against him by 3 women. Last month, 3 women told Pathos, a religion and spirituality website, that Tyson harassed them and made inappropriate sexual advances as early as 1984 and in recent years. Accusations can damage a reputation and a marriage, sometimes irreversibly. I see myself as a loving husband and as a public servant, a scientist and educator who serves at the will of the public. I am grateful for the support I receive from those who continue to respect and value me and my work, he wrote in a lengthy Facebook post titled On Being Accused. Tyson disputed or offered a different version of the allegations against him. Caitlin N. Allers, an associate professor of physics and astronomy at Bucknell University in Pennsylvania, told Patheos that Tyson grabbed her arm and reached into her dress while looking at her tattoo of the solar system. She said the incident happened during a party after a gathering of the American Astronomical Society in 2009.
So, what do you
So
think
he
about
grabbed
it?
her arm.
Well, I mean, he grabbed her arm. He's saying that he has a different explanation here. He grabbed her arm and reached into her dress to expose the tattoo.
Huh?
He was exposing her tattoo.
Where was her tattoo?
Well, it seems to have been like maybe in her dress. Like,
But why would he know where it was at? Did she talk about it? Like, I have the planets on my ribs. I don't.
maybe. Well, he's a stargazer. Maybe he caught like the.
It says part of her shoulder.
Her shoulder.
Yeah.
Whether the interaction may not have been an assault, Allers said it was a clear sign that Tyson was capable of creepy behavior, the website reported. My experience with him is he's not someone who has a great respect for female bodily autonomy, she told Patheos. Tyson, the host of the 2014 series Cosmos, A Space-Time Odyssey, said he didn't know Allers felt uncomfortable by his behavior. He said his action was simply a search for the tattoo under the covered part of her shoulder of a sleeveless dress. I only just learned 9 years after that she thought this behavior was creepy, he wrote. That was never my intent, and I'm deeply sorry to have made her feel that way.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. If that's like someone going up to me and be like, "Hey," and just lifting up my shirt to see the top of my tattoo. Like, I mean, I would be kind of like, "Don't touch me," but that's not.
Like, I'll tell you,
harassment.
I'll tell you creepy behavior, right? Like, I go to these science meetups, I find the science women, and I tell them I have a tattoo of the fucking lunar nebula on my penis, and I wait for them to try and expose
That is creepy.
That's creepy. All right, that's creepy. This is just like weird. Like, yeah, it's not socially.
It's a little bit too friendly. He's overstepping like a social boundary. Like, you're supposed to ask someone. And like I said, it's kind of inappropriate, but it's more just kind of like, don't touch me, dude.
Yeah.
And that would be the end of it. I wouldn't hold on to that for 30 years and then call it sexual fucking abuse or whatever.
We're all capable of creepy behavior.
Harassment.
And in like a wrong moment, we do something stupid. I can give him a pass for this. What else is he being accused of? Another woman, Ashley Watson, told the website that she quit her job as Tyson's assistant last summer after he attempted to persuade her into sex. Let's went a little too far. No? Oh, no. Watson told Patheos that she felt pressured to impress her boss and accepted an invitation from Tyson to his place. There, the scientist spoke about needing human physical releases and gave her an awkward and incredibly intimate handshake. This is my pickup. This is
yeah.
This is my move.
Give me a handshake.
Say what you want about Tyson's advances, but he's stealing my moves.
That's what you normally do.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm like, you want to come back to my place? I need to release my physical human.
And then you shake her hand.
Yeah, and I give her one of those Donald Trump handshakes that he gives to the other leaders of the world.
A fist bump, and you snap your finger and like,
what's up? Later, when she was leaving, Tyson then allegedly put his hands on her shoulders and said he wanted to hug her, but if he did, he'd just want more. It's a little
Sorry,
much.
keep leaving, but there's just like 1,000 things going on. I'll be back in like 2
We
minutes.
understand this Neil deGrasse Tyson's got you fucking in the mood. Take your time.
Yeah.
The website reported this is him being a bit of a fucking creep, right?
Yeah.
But he's making these advances because he wants to have sex with her, and she did go back to his house, so he has reason to believe that maybe
he doesn't have reason to believe, but I mean,
well, he brought her back to his house, and he's not actually doing anything.
I don't see a problem with him putting the feelers out there, and if she's like not into it, then whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
let's see if he did more. Like yeah, it's creepy for him to say that, but it's not like him. He's like I would just want more, and then he's waiting for her to be like, well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
like, okay,
that's what he's doing.
Yeah. In his post, Tyson described multiple interactions with his female production assistant, including inviting her to his place for wine and cheese during the last week of production. He said the woman later told him that she was creeped out and viewed the invitation as an attempt to seduce her. After he apologized profusely, the woman said that would be her last day working there.
Wow, what the fuck?
If a man invites you back to his house for wine and cheese,
seems delicious.
I need to know what type of cheese is going to be there. I probably wouldn't get down on my knees for
Gorgonzola?
Breeze. I wouldn't. I wouldn't put it in my booty hola for no gorgonzola.
Gouda?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't blow a duda?
I wouldn't blow a duda for no Gouda. I wouldn't do it. But I'd give him something better for some cheddar. Ew. Tyson said their only physical interaction was a handshake. He said he learned from a native elder that he considered special. He wrote, you extend your thumb forward during the handshake to feel the other person's vital spirit energy, the pulse, he wrote. So he has like this creeper handshake he's using where he puts his thumb forward during the handshake to feel the other person's vital spirit energy, to feel their pulse.
Oh, you think he came up with that on his own?
No, he just said he learned it from a native elder.
Oh, whatever.
A native tribesman taught him how to do the creeper handshake.
A native elder told me I gotta squeeze the titty to feel the soul, get your inner soul. Like what?
The native elder, Jackson the Closet, told me if I wanted to really know if a woman liked me was to sit in her closet while she's taking a piss. And if I could hear the splatter of her urine, I should walk out of the closet and show her my endowments. Tyson, I don't think that's how it works. You sound a little more like Mike Tyson here. That's creepy. A third woman, Tashia Ahmet, alleges Tyson drugged and raped her in 1984 while they were graduate students at the University of Texas of Austin. That's a big one. She recalled blacking out after Tyson gave her a drink and waking up naked on his bed. She filed a police report years later that the website reported that has written multiple posts about the incident since 2014. Tyson disputed the allegation, knowing that he had briefly dated in grad school, but the chemistry wasn't there. Well, I wouldn't bring up chemistry when the girl's saying she's getting fucking chemicals put in her body. It's a rough one. According to her blog post, the drug and rape allegations comes from an assumption of what happened to her during a night that she cannot remember. He wrote, it is as though a false memory had been implanted. Fuck, man, this is why you can't accuse scientists of shit. Because they will science their way out of it. He's over here saying it's possible that a false memory may have been implanted, because it actually never happened.
Sounds like a Star Trek plot.
Had to be remembered as an evening she doesn't remember. Wow, fuck, man.
It was a holodeck.
Yeah.
She must have been on the holodeck. See, if you watched my 2014 episode of The Cosmos, that's where I showed you that most date rape accused against scientists is just a memory, a false memory. Fox Entertainment and National Geographic, the network's airing Tyson's show, announced Friday that they would investigate the allegations. The New York Times reported in his post, Tyson has welcomed an investigation by the networks. CNN has reached out to both networks for comment. Tyson also said he did not immediately speak publicly on the issue because he believes serious accusations should not be educated in the press. But clearly, I cannot continue to stay silent, he wrote.
You know what?
Oh yeah. Whistle while you work.
You know what China's doing in the trade war? They're creating soy boys.
What?
Well, President Trump renewing his threats to impose tariffs on China today, tweeting, President Xi and I want this deal to happen, and it probably will, but if not, remember, I am a tariff man. When people or countries come to raid the great wealth of our nation, I want them to pay for the privilege of doing so. Joining me now from the White House, top trade advisor Peter Navarro. Peter, I got a lot of stuff I'd like to go through with you. If we can please hit all of these things, because there's so many questions. You are the man of the moment. First, you have this meeting, this dinner. Initially, everyone's thinking it was very successful. I want to ask you about the 142 demands that were made before this dinner. What has China agreed to, and what do you think they will agree to?
See, the headline of this is China already starting to buy U.S. soybeans. So where's the soy part of it? Oh.
Long-term health of the world trading system is to get China to stop doing all the stuff it does on forced technology transfer, intellectual property theft, massive subsidies and things like that. They are a destabilizing force.
So, yeah, I guess it's so weird to see Trump at the G20 with all the different leaders from all the other countries, because he looks really out of place with most of them, and he's just kind of like moving around with his big like suit that kind of hangs off of him like a curtain almost.
Did y'all see forgive me if you played this like on the show yesterday or something, but the video with him signing in the wrong spot
No,
on
no,
the
no.
paperwork. And then you didn't see that shit,
No.
and like all the other people are like, it's just like it was so fucking funny.
What did he sign?
I think he was signing something for NAFTA. Look that up.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's like Trudeau, and I don't know who the other people are, but there's at least 3 or 4 other people, and they're all just kind of awkwardly like, that's not the right spot. It was pretty funny.
But no one said anything to him. They just let him just keep signing it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do in that situation. I mean, I guess I am in that situation a lot because I do social services with like disabled people, but then I'll just be kind of like, no, right here, and I draw an X. But
There's nobody who knows where to sign more than I do. I know where to sign.
I'm the president of the United States.
I know where to sign. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Is he signing more Pokemon cards?
He's signing the new like North American trade agreement in the wrong place, and everyone's like, "Oh,
really?
Yeah."
Is he signing where Canada was supposed to sign? Well, Mr. President, you technically just made yourself the Prime Minister of Canada.
But he realized he made the mistake, and he says, "Is this like the good one that's supposed to be the official one?" No, we get a copy. This guy says, "Oh, we each get a copy."
He created a whole new line to sign and wrote "Emperor of the Universe" under it and signed there
in crayon.
Yeah.
She's so proud.
Which is the one that matters.
Which is the one that matters?
Which is the one that matters? It's so fun.
That's pretty priceless.
It's the big one marked with USA in red, white, and blue letters. Yeah.
They should put the Curb Your Enthusiasm music over that. It's funny.
Oh man. Oh, President Trump. Soon the world will all be over because of the.
Another thing, like Trump was always like talking about how well the stock markets were doing, and now it's just like today it fell.
The US
I think it fell like 700
setting
today.
the markets into a tailspin, and any enthusiasm for an alleged ceasefire between the two appears to have vanished. Donald Trump tweeted today he's a tariff man and left open the possibility that the talks with China could fail. All of which means that.
So that's probably what hit the market pretty bad.
The tariff man?
I'm a tariff man. Sell your shit now.
It should be put the Secret Agent Man song. You know that song?
Yeah.
Secret Agent Man.
He's a tariff man.
I shot the tariffs.
Oh, good one.
We should just put out an entire album tonight. But I think everybody knew this was a bubble that was going to explode. Like, it was coming. I think everybody knew that. It was like, how long can you wait it out for? How far can you go? That was the question.
Me from the weekend's dinner and what you and I talked about yesterday, all of that. Investors, as this graph shows, realizing the trade war is far from over and arguably is getting
Can you
worse.
imagine
So
if you were a
remember
sex
we're-
worker and this guy...
What?
They're a sex worker and this was the guy's voice you had to listen to during your action?
Why are you saying this?
I don't know.
Sharply yesterday, but even that was off the best of the day. We open about 100 or so points lower, give or take.
As a woman, right? Like, I know most men have very, like, hot voices, right? If I was a woman, I'd listen to this guy. I don't think I can get in the mood. That's all I'm saying.
We sort of tootle around most of the morning, around 250 lower. And then just before lunch...
MedsPeds. If you were a sex worker and this guy was trying to talk to you, would you be able to get the job done? Am I the only one that's, like, thrown off by this guy's voice?
I mean, it just depends on how much money, because, you know, at some point, you just, if there's enough zeros behind the one.
True.
Do just about anything.
Because I'm usually the only zero behind a girl during sex.
It drops 400 points the market. And throughout the last 3 hours, those losses have accelerated. At one point at 1:30, it was over 805 points lower.
The Babe Station guy. That's what's reminding me of.
Oh,
my
hello, pretty.
Yeah, was pretty. That's why.
Ding dong,
That's
baby.
exactly why I felt that way.
Story.
It's the same accent.
That guy's fucking creepy. Oh,
yeah.
boy.
That's why came to mind. I'm like, why is this guy's voice creeping me out?
So Dow is dropped, baby. Ding dong.
Oh God.
I think my one deal breaker would be if I had to resort to prostitution
Fat
would be hygiene. That's something I couldn't. Like, if someone smelled real bad, I'd probably start gagging. I'm like, like I don't think I could do that.
Most Johns actually want the girl to smell bad.
That. What's up?
Most Johns actually want the girls to smell bad. Like they're into that. Yeah, there's a big stink fetish out there. A lot of guys.
What, are we talking like BO or?
We're talking like don't shower and then like keep the panties on for a week without washing yourself. They pay a premium for that. I know this because like a lot like how Mike collects old catalogs. I collect old porn magazines. I have.
Do you really?
No.
I mean, my understanding is like the I guess for straight men and I guess for lesbians too. Like the smell of a vagina is like a good thing to them.
A good thing?
I guess it's like
there's different smells, right? If there's a yeast infection, if the pH balance is off, it's not going to be a good thing.
But I mean, just like anything, though, if you don't bathe it, like, just sweat buildup after a while is going to make anything smell bad.
The aromatics of a vagina are inherently enticing, right? It's just when you get the wrong additives to it, when you start mixing the wrong compounds, that pennyroyal compound.
A period blood does not smell pleasant. I don't see why any guy would do that.
So, Mike, how you doing?
How do you feel about period blood?
I'm thinking I want it to smell like Honeycrisp apples.
Yeah, me and Mike can eat the same apples.
I do like Honeycrisp apples.
Yeah, sounds great.
Delicious.
Just rub that all over the cooter. That's how you do it.
Boys, you should cue up Gilbert Gottfried reading the 40 Shades of Grey or 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, yeah, I've seen clips of that before. That was pretty funny.
The perfect time to put it in because you're talking about if women could stand this guy's voice.
Gilbert Gottfried's voice?
I mean, he's married. He's got kids. I don't know about that guy, but Guilford Godfrey is. We watched some documentary or some shit on him recently.
Well, of course he's got married with kids. He's been in Disney movies since the early 90s.
He got fired from Affleck.
Yeah, but he's got money.
He made some sort of joke, right? It was after like some natural
I think it was after
disaster.
the tsunami. Yeah,
Tsunami.
He made an uncomfortable joke too soon.
It was after the Japanese earthquake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a story about GOP emails hacked during the midterms.
The new information is the NRCC, which is the campaign arm of the House Republicans, were hacked. The NRCC actually confirmed to Fox News that, yes, there was a cyber intrusion by an unknown entity. Even though Politico came out with the news, they revealed it to the public. What we do know so far, there's 3 facts that we know for sure.
Wow. An unknown entity. That could be anything.
It's probably that 4chan everybody talks about. Oh, the Martians?
Yeah, I don't know.
I was going to say a ghost.
Yeah, an unknown entity. It could be like a specter or something.
It was the ghost of a liberal politician.
It was the ghost of Andy's polio dad. Damn it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the ghost wheeled up.
Ghost of Andy's polio
I'm gonna get these emails.
You don't have to suffer from polio anymore, right? You get the float.
I don't know. Do ghosts keep their ailments, or do they get is it like a force ghost in the where? When Darth Vader died, like at first he was like a younger man, right? But then he was an even younger dude when they re-released it. So if you die and you have polio, do you come back as like the little boy before he got polio playing with Woody? Like how does that work when you die? Mike, what do you think?
I'm looking at your screenshot here. Thousands of emails exposed. Picture what these attachments are on all these emails and how entertaining they'd be if you had copies of them. You just know they're gonna have some shit on them.
You think there are nudes?
Oh my God! Like Dick Cheney, dick pics.
Sarah Huckabee for sure.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Oh no!
I think I'd rather see Colonel Sanders. Damn it.
There was 4, like you said, 4 senior NRCC aides that were hacked. thousands of emails that were exposed, and this attack was actually detected back in April. So there's a time lag too in terms of when they decided to come forward with the information. The NRCC was asked why they waited so long. They said that
there was a fucking election afoot. They weren't going to bring this shit out before the election was over. Do we need another answer? Let's see if they gave a bullshit answer, if they straight up told it like it was.
They didn't want to share any confidential information. And there was one line in that political report that really stood out, stating that party officials would not say when the hack began or who was behind it, although they privately believe it was a foreign agent due to the nature of the attack.
Secret Asian man, secret Asian man. You think it was the Asians or the Russians? What do we think?
Like the Russians, don't they do everything now?
Well, they do, but a lot of people are saying that China is like the mastermind, getting like Russia and Saudi Arabia to like team up. They're about to be the new Axis. Could you imagine the toy line if we had a World War III come out now? Like they couldn't take advantage of the World War I or II as far as toys went. Yeah, they had the little green army men, but that was like the basic. Now we'd have like,
you'd have like little, not like actual drones, but you'd have like the little army man, and he would just be holding a remote, and then it would drive the drone.
Oh, dude.
No.
That's the updated version.
All those robots from Boston Dynamics that they have like those clips of, like running, like they're gonna kill people and doing flips.
oh my God. We would probably, we're at that age right now where we probably would have like self-protection robots. If World War III came out, we'd have our own like drone robot dogs that would save us if we got
those sex
invaded.
dolls. We can send those.
Well, they would probably become sex dolls as well.
It'd just be a bunch of chicks in lingerie with semi-automatic rifles.
A Swiss Army wife.
That'd be pretty cool.
If we're speaking about who knew about it right now, many big Republicans within the House were unaware. Speaker Paul Ryan was not aware, and several others had no idea about this hack. This comes at a time where we know in the 2016 elections, like you mentioned, there was hacking, but not even within the political world. You're seeing it across many businesses too. Just within the past week or so, we know Starwoods was hacked, and they operate all these hotels, 500 million people, and then Quora, the data branch, 100 million people hacked. So it's hacking constantly.
100 million people hacked.
100 million people have never used Quora.
See, I recently signed up for Quora, so I feel like my life is ruined.
You're dead now.
I know. They always send me emails telling me like people arguing about the Avengers or Marvel movies. That's all it is. It's people arguing about whether or not Thanos could kill fucking Spider-Man. And I'm like, why did I sign up for this? And now I'm hacked because I want to know whether or not Thanos has a big old purple Johnson. I needed to know.
Who's better though, Thanos or Darkseid?
Thanos.
Yeah, everyone. I don't know if you saw that, but Dante said hi to everyone.
Yeah.
Hi, Dante.
What's up?
Oh my God, I just noticed that there's the comments. I never noticed the comments until you just mentioned that.
Thankfully, you didn't read them. They've been wretched little shits all night. No, they troll all the time. That's their benefit because they pay through the Patreon. So they get to shit talk.
Yeah, I'm going to read some of these. OS Walker gave us £2. Ask Mike if he's related to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
I am, oddly enough. Distantly related. I absolutely am. Isn't that funny? I'm related to his uncle.
His uncle?
Wow.
Yeah, his uncle.
So not a direct descendant.
You could look up online and see that my actual name is Wolfgang Michael Mozart.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Wolfgang is my real first name.
Wow.
I never use it.
What else do we have here? Someone said, you guys are insane. This man is fascinating. That's someone fighting back against your detractors, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike seems like a nice old person. Well, it's hard to be nice these days on the internet.
Well, I met you, Mike, back in the days of Battle Cam, right? And you would come on to Battle Cam with Alki David. I think you probably met him through the LimeWire thing, right? When he was in battles with CBS, and You would come on there and everybody there was wired to shit talk. And they would talk so much shit and you just show off all your fucking toys. It was hella fun.
Yeah, and I like trolls. So I don't mind trolls because I think trolls can really add a lot to a show and give you a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Definitely keeps it entertaining.
Yeah.
Looks like Mandy and I don't even know how to say that name.
Mandy Patinkin?
Patinkin?
Yeah, you do look like a young Mandy Patinkin a little bit with the beard. I
The
think
crazy Vincent said, tell him to get a catalog and then quickly cut his feed. The Twilight City gave us $5, said Mike Mozart should make a Neil Degrasse Tyson action figure.
With a Costa chop action? Or a Costa crotch action?
T-Saw, $5. Billy, the kids want you to make keto toys a thing.
Like edible toys?
I don't know.
I just ate some of these keto mist gummy bears.
Let's see.
Or sweet fish.
Someone else said, screw the videos. This guy is super interesting. And then Blue Boy, $50. Paying up on a bet I lost from you earlier this year. Good Riddance, Urban Liar, Go Blue. Oh, yeah, we saw
Go
that.
Blue.
Fuck.
Yeah,
What do you mean
remember
Good
that one.
Riddance? Good. What do you mean? Oh, because you bet me that Michigan would win?
Yeah.
It didn't happen. What do you mean good? Yeah, Good Riddance because you couldn't beat him. And now we're gonna destroy Washington. That's the next one.
You think you're going to destroy Washington?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
You really think that OSU is going to be Washington?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Ohio State is going to destroy Washington.
Go Dogs!
You're talking about
Go Dogs! I was born in the University of Washington Hospital. All right.
All I know is I don't know much about football, but apparently everyone was like majorly pissed off over some sort of LSU game that was called really shitty. And then a couple days later, the Saints had a game versus the Cowboys, and it fucked up their like 10-game winning streak because the refs were calling it bad. But I don't really watch football, so I'm just reporting back to what people around me say.
I love hearing about football from people who don't watch it. Because I don't watch it
but
either.
I don't pretend to know about it. I vaguely understand the concept of the game, how they score points and interceptions and kicking the ball through the thing, but I don't.
I grew up watching real sports like pro wrestling and bowling.
Someone gave OS Walker again gave us £2. Hook a dynamo to this dude's jaw. Unlimited power. I don't know. And Lord and Lady Articus, $6.66. Hey Mike, would you mind giving us a brief overview of Pizza Planet lore? I'm sure you have some great information.
I have nothing on Pizza Planet. I don't know anything special about it except for what shows up in the movies.
Huh.
Okay. Play cheesecake, someone says.
No, we don't want you to do that.
What else?
I'm from my phone. If I was on a desktop computer, I'd be able to read these comments. That's why I have to keep going in like this.
Now that you found them, you're like, wait a second.
See,
what did that little shit say?
I got both going on here. I got the stream pulled up on my phone, and then obviously my laptop as well. So that's why I keep looking down. Everybody keeps telling me that.
I'm also reading off of a phone, but I have a screen too. I'm dual wielding.
I have 4 screens.
Yeah, Ben's got 4.
We got all the screens.
We got all kinds of screens.
Jesus, you compensating for something?
Oh yeah, we have small dicks.
I am, yeah. Man, mine is like an innie.
Yeah. My dick.
Mine too.
My dick looks like a game show buzzer, so when I'm with a woman, she just has to buzz in. The price is wrong, bitch. It's from Happy Gilmore. Is Bob Barker dead?
No, I don't think so.
That's gonna be.
I want to play a few more of these old ass commercials before I leave. This is another one I liked a lot.
Captain Power has come to TV, and you can be part of it.
Oh, this was a cool toy.
The power
Yeah, you could shoot. What'd you say?
I played that with my sons when this came out.
Oh, yeah.
My sons are over 30.
Yeah. I'm 37, so I remember playing this.
Visible beams at the television targets and score.
I loved this game.
The TV show fires back. No kidding, Captain Power.
Yeah, and when It used like flashing images that you could shoot or be shot, and when you lost, your little pilot would get ejected from the little jet.
This is Lord Dread.
I don't believe it.
Believe it, short human. The power of the future.
And it was supposed to be a TV series. It lasted only a few episodes, but
So this was like as valuable as Woody would be.
and it was a TV series that you could play along with at home, and it had some very early CGI in it as well.
Is this late 80s or early 90s?
Late
It's kind of hard for me
80s.
to tell.
87.
Okay.
87, 88, right around that time period.
So not too long before I was born.
Yeah, see? It would just eject your little action figure guy. Mattel.
That's a pretty fun game. I never saw that before.
Yeah, it when you'd buy the jet and the action figure and the videotape, and the flashing images, were like programmed to try to hit your little jet, and you could shoot at it and get points. It was kind of cool. It was video game like in a way. Look at this. I used to love this shit too. It was like zipline action figures.
I used to make zip lines with yarn and shit because I never had more than like one character from any cartoon. So they all had to like join up together and fight.
Sky Commander, head
I did that.
Sky Commander.
Tackle! Miss me, Raider! Rapid deployment! Counterattack! Charge!
Sky Commanders, protectors of the high frontier.
Got him!
Yeah, I had to make my own versions of these out of like soda pop bottles.
What?
Yeah, it was rigged.
Hey, you could queue up a commercial for a product called Benderoos. That's one of my products that I actually designed and created the whole line of, and it went for a decade.
Benderoos?
They were all shot in this building. The commercials were actually shot here.
Huh. Like Underoos, but Benderoos?
Yeah, it was one of the top infomercial products of the 2000s, early 2000s. A lot of people watch this will remember it. They'll say, wow, those things, they'll either say they rocked or they sucked. There's no in between. I did a product.
Let's see.
Benderoos.
What? Who? Benderoos. I'm just saying it's something that you can find pretty easy.
Because whenever I hear the word Benderoos, I'm thinking of Ben when he's wearing his underoos.
Hey,
because he walks around
Spider-Man underoos.
Spider-Man underoos. I'm like, oh, those are the Benderoos.
Yeah.
Hey, Ben, why is Spider-Man shooting web? Why is he shooting web, Ben?
Yeah. All right. Is it this?
Bender what? Bender who? Benderoos, the amazing flexible building sticks. Shape them, wrap them, stick them. But you can't break them. Magical wax over super strong string make Benderoos
$14.95. $14.95.
$14.95.
We normally play infomercials on here and then we guess.
Guess the price.
how much? What the
I'm
price
gonna say
is.
$9.95.
I'm gonna say $7.99.
$7.99.
Your
Ooh.
crayons or pens, just bend any colors and watch the fun begin. They stick and stay, and then lift away for non-stop play. Build with Benderoos.
Look at all the things you can do.
Honestly, I'm not mad at this. I liked building stuff when I was a kid, and this will probably be fun.
Flexible snakes.
Honestly, I play that now.
Okay.
Oh shit! This is some kind of Roseanne joke now.
Wow.
Here, isn't it?
Wow.
Man, this got
It looks
dark
like
really
Twizzlers.
fast.
Damn it.
That shakes, or an entire colony of Benderoo bugs. Benderoos always hold their shape, so you can write your name in midair.
Oh, I knew it was gonna be Sam. I knew it was gonna be Sam. I can see it.
Again and again. Transform with Benderoos.
Oh, shit.
Turn ordinary bottles into fashion models.
See, I would play with this.
Into a guitar that rocks.
Oh yeah, that looks lame.
You know who that was? That was a young Kurt Cobain.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. That was a little boy Kurt Cobain. Without Benderoos, we never would have had Rape Me.
That thing looked like it was going to fall
What an
apart.
odd song to bring up.
I couldn't think of any other, like what, Smells Like Teen Spirit?
Smells Like Teen Spirit, that's the most
Or Heart
popular
Shaped
one.
Box. Those are the only three I can remember.
With Benderoos. Liven up lamps and frames. Put signs on furniture and doors.
Those are
Or make
really
a picture
cool.
on-
I would fucking play with these.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, I would play with that now.
Yeah,
They sucked everything.
Especially if I was on like acid or something.
I would-
I'd have
I would end up just doing a bunch of colorful dicks though and sticking them all over the house. I have a serious problem.
Wall and then remove it all. No glue, no stains, no mess. Benderoos fantastic window.
What? $100 million worth of those things sold worldwide.
Wow.
What? That's awesome.
Make gear for your action figures or
Oh,
furniture
see.
and clothes for your doll. Bendaroos everywhere, in the car or at the restaurant. Use Bendaroos to connect the dots or make coloring book characters jump off the page. Bendaroos awesome games like
That's
Wizard
cool.
Chess, Bendaroos jewelry or hairbands. There's so much you can do when you play with Bendaroos. You can get the complete Bendaroos flexible fun building kit that includes 125 rainbow colored Bendaroos plus 125 more.
All right, we might be looking at
$14.95.
We might be looking at 1995. They doubled it.
Plus the Bendaroos.
Oh!
Should have
See, I
said
was thinking there wasn't
1999.
as many, so that's why I thought they were cheaper. When was this commercial? I can't tell what time period this is from. Is this
2003?
relatively like
Probably about 2008.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
That's right
why I
before
don't
we
remember
lost
it.
the box frame for videos, right? Before everything went widescreen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Format.
I don't know. I was working in electronics department in 2008, and everything was. It was like right around that time when they were switching over from the analog to converter. I don't know if you remember that time period.
Yeah.
when anyone who had an analog TV had to get the converter box.
Yeah.
That was in 2009, at least here.
Yeah.
Because I had to sell all the converter boxes to the old people who didn't want to get them. But they definitely had flat panel TVs. I think I got my first one when I was in high school. So, and I was out of high school by 2008. But, you know.
This is one of the commercials I didn't appear in, or my voice didn't appear in. I was in a lot of these commercials, but I haven't uploaded them to YouTube because people would make fun of them. I used to appear on QVC in the Home Shopping Network all the time with Billy Mays.
Oh, really?
Wow.
The legend.
Did you ever do coke with Billy Mays?
Was he all coked out?
Everyone asked that question too because he died of a drug overdose. But he was in a lot of pain. He got addicted to painkillers because he had 4 hip replacement surgeries.
Damn.
He was in pain all the time.
Yeah.
And he took a lot
He
of.
had a heart attack. I guess I was wrong, but that's what I heard.
Well, he might have.
So was it drug overdose? Was it opiates or was it? I think so. I don't
Well,
even know.
opiates can be painkillers, right? Like
Yeah, that's what they usually are.
my aunt had a terrible pain and she passed away because of a heart problem because of all the painkillers she was taking and dealing with, and it sucks, but it definitely is an epidemic here, and
well,
it happens.
What they do is they lower your heart rate, so that's what a lot of people will just die. That's one of the main reasons people will die from like pain pills or heroin or whatever. Is just because they're so relaxed that like the respiratory system just stops and you just stop breathing.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's too painful of a death, but it's still,
you could probably make a pocket pussy out of Bendaroos.
Oh my God.
It's wax.
Good, yeah.
During that heat will really lube up that wax.
Yeah, do you have some Nickelodeon gack you could sell me with some Bendaroos?
Oh, you got your own gack.
I used to love that Floam shit they had in the 90s. That was
The
my
sea
favorite.
foam? The
I don't know
Floam?
if y'all remember
Yeah.
that.
I remember Floam.
Yeah, that was the shit.
I don't think I ever had Floam, but my little sister did.
Check this out.
Oh,
this
snap.
between me and my friends, this caused some like real life injuries. This game.
This is Nerf fencing.
Yeah!
You get 2 swords in a box.
Yeah!
That's my kid brother. Here. Anyway, this
Whoop
is a
his
game
ass.
of real skill. To win, you gotta knock down all these targets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's supposedly the
Nope,
rules.
never. You're going for eyes.
Yeah.
You start whipping him with the fun noodle. You're like,
The key here. And go.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, what?
Thanks.
Nerf fencing.
Yeah, those are turning into whips. That's
yes,
it.
those things hurt. Where you could whip someone across the face with it.
Guarantee you, I'm whipping my friend in the side of the head every single time. Every single time.
Yeah.
He'll probably
They
knock.
don't even make plastic swords anymore. Now it's all that kind of foam stuff, it seems like.
Well, this
that's all I
was
see
Nerf
being sold
material,
anymore.
right?
Yeah. The blades of these swords were made from Nerf material.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I had plastic swords when I was younger, though, which...
I had those too.
We just had machetes. We
Like-
weren't supposed to hit each other with them, but we just go out with machetes and like cut up like dead animals.
You are insane.
They were already dead.
I gotta tell you, I'm in my studio where I design toys. I actually designed toys here for decades. I did a lot of work on different Nerf lines, and I have all the prototype samples and everything up here on the shelf. It'd be so funny for me to walk up because I have that product sitting right up here on the shelf. Hold on a second. Let's see all the shit I have.
Yeah.
When you just toys for 30 years and you accumulate all the samples, it accumulates.
I've seen some of it back from when you were on Battle Cam. I remember one night we talked you into opening up like a Easy Bake Oven from the 1960s, and you cooked whatever was in it, and then you ate it. That was the best.
Yeah, I died that night. This is the reincarnation. I'm opening up there's a lot of areas I store all the toys and stuff here. Hold on a second. I didn't bring a flashlight up, but there's a switch here. I got that. Hold on.
Mike has like all the toys.
Wow, so funny. I haven't walked in here for a long time. I did a lot of Crayola products for years. I designed tons of Crayola. These are like cases of different Crayola products I designed. But coming back here, we see how much Nerf and Super Soaker shit I have back here. I have so much. Oh, look at this. This is the toy that they modeled the Chucky doll.
No! Is that My Buddy?
Well, people think it's My Buddy. Now, there's My Buddy sitting here, see?
Okay. Yeah, that's My Buddy.
Well, My Buddy is actually based on the same toy. This toy was called My Pal.
Wait, that
is frightening.
That thing doesn't rap, does it?
Oh, that is scary.
That doll doesn't rap.
He's Gary.
No!
No!
There's some dolls that will rap, and that's worse than dolls that will murder.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, here's a lot of Nerf stuff. Give me a second. You'll see it's about every Nerf product in history here.
Oh, damn.
You should just have this giant Nerf war.
I used to have them live. I used to do live shows. Would have the interns break out all these old Nerf products.
Yeah.
Things that they probably don't make anymore. I got boxes of them and the Super Soakers. What's really cool here, and I don't see it handy, is I have all the giant Super Soakers. And they made one. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I've got a bunch of them here. They were banned because they were so powerful that they would break the skin and take paint off of houses.
What?
That's the Nerf?
Yeah.
No, Super Soaker.
Oh, yeah, because you would pump them, right?
Yeah, they're actually very valuable collectibles now.
They had the huge PSI tanks or whatever, the pressure tanks. You have to pump the pressure tanks and fill them up.
It's like a fire hose.
Yeah, because like all the kids I knew, we had like the little yellow ones with the green tubes.
I had a big ass one.
Yeah, the little spoiled ass kids would have the 200, and it will wreck your skin. Did you have the 200?
I think I had the 300.
Oh my God, Ben! I didn't realize you were royalty over here. The one with the backpack on it.
These things sell for like $400 or $500 on eBay.
Yeah.
And a whole stack. I worked on the packaging for this product. I got so many cool toys. The thing that's most interesting back here in the toy stuff, and I'll only show you this for a minute, is that I have, there's 6,000 square feet here. I have like 3,000 square feet of product samples of products I actually worked on or created. I was a real busy artist.
Yeah.
See, I wish I could turn this camera on. I don't know how to turn the camera on to use the other
There's
camera.
usually like a little camera icon that you can tap on.
Little flip switch. Now, Mike,
Do you have an Android
there you
or
go.
an iPhone?
Oh, yeah, it's an iPhone. It did it.
Okay, I was going to say bottom corner.
I don't know if you can tell. There's an original
that too.
There's,
Atari?
The first Atari. There's the Odyssey. I have in television. I was the guy that. Oh, look, here's a really real one. The Pikachu N64.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember that one. That
came with Hey You Pikachu, I think. I never had that game.
Balloon fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you saw these graphics, did you ever wonder who actually drew and painted these for these different cartridges?
Yeah, I was like, who's the dumbass that drew this shit?
I did hundreds of them.
That's awesome.
Jaguar.
The Jaguar, was that from Sega?
Atari.
Atari, okay.
And I actually worked. This is one of the things I did the most of in the late 70s and the early 80s was all the video game packaging.
That's cool.
I did a lot of it for ColecoVision.
Coleco. I used
That
to
was
have
the
one of
first
those.
system that I had. Yeah, my dad bought it before I was born, back when he had expendable income. So when I was a little kid, he pulled it out of the garage and was like, "You can play Coleco," when everybody else had Nintendo.
Yeah. I was the exact same way.
Yeah.
And like
I didn't even know that
the
existed.
controller had like a fucking like phone dial pad on it.
Yeah, very weird. Very weird.
My parents had an Atari, which obviously came out before I was
Jarts!
born.
Oh my
but-
god, people got impaled by those, so they stopped making them.
Are they javelin arts? Is that what jarts is?
Yeah, basically, they're like giant, like
javelin darts.
Yeah.
A terrible story about this product. Okay, when they banned these, I was one of the people that was called to reconfigure them so they weren't dangerous.
Yeah.
So here's an actual original set of jarts.
Yeah, I used to
got
play
these
them.
So I got those from the company, and what's funny? Well, it's not funny. It's tragic. Is you hear of kids that got impaled, like they took a jart to the head or something.
Yeah.
Okay, probably 14 kids in history got killed or seriously injured by jarts.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dogs were killed or injured by jarts. Because people would throw the dart and the dog would run after it and take it in the head.
Oh, God.
my God.
That's terrible. Mike,
But people didn't know that because, you never hear about that.
the dogs,
Sometimes-
you hear about the kids.
Yeah, but the dogs were the bigger problem. Oh, you know what's here? Oh, jeez.
Mike, really quick, does that box of jarts, does it have a body on it? Is that one of them that killed one of the kids and they sent it back to you?
No. That was. I have a lot of samples of different products and projects and stuff. This is All-Star Ken. You actually flex his arm, and he has muscles that stand out. Let's see. His muscles actually make muscles when you flex them.
His muscles make muscles, but they couldn't give him a penis.
All the first toys. Oh, look, Barbie. This is Barbie. Okay, this is part of the Lingerie Avenue line.
Oh, the one you were talking about earlier?
This is different. This is
This is actual just lingerie. Yeah, she's not even married here yet.
Well, that's
She's
more of like a moo-moo. I was thinking something like... Thank you. Okay, underneath.
Cute.
Yeah, that's a little bit more.
This is see-through.
Yeah.
that looks like a Disney princess lingerie. Like a Cinderella or Jasmine would wear that.
Slutty Cinderella.
Yeah, that's cute.
Do you know they made WWF Super Soakers? Undertaker Super Soaker.
Yeah, Undertaker.
That's badass.
They had a TV commercial for this. They had TV commercials. They had here's.
Do they have a Val Venus Super Soaker? You know, Mike, we're actually going to be wrapping the show up here pretty quick. We got to get into our after show. I'm enjoying all this shit, but we just run out of time. Do you want to say anything to the audience where we can send them to check out anything you're working on right now?
Yeah, let me turn the camera on.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not working. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm Mike Mozart on Instagram, and I'm an artist that does paintings. And every person watching this show, I don't care who you are or where you are, you've had products or paintings of products I've designed. Because I did so many hundreds of coloring books and children's toys and games in the classic period.
Probably so. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I was definitely into the little artsy things when I was little.
I can't believe this isn't letting me flip this around. Let's see.
You might be able to see some of my shitty art in my wall. Let's see.
There you go.
Yeah,
A little bit. Yeah, you can't see what it looks like.
A lot of my artwork is on Mimo. I don't know if you're seeing a mirror image for my hat, but it's MIMO. But that's my artist name. And if you go to see me on, you'll see hundreds of my paintings, and I've been posting a lot of my classic artwork I did back in the day. Probably back in the day, the thing that people are most fascinated about, I'm trying to get out of this storage area here, is I did a lot of Joe Camel. Remember him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Somebody had to draw him.
Camel cigarettes. Well, so Mike Mozart on Instagram. Mike Mozart. Check him out on Instagram. Mimo.
Yes, Mimo.
Mimo. And MedsPeds, you're on YouTube. Everybody, check out MedsPeds. And for those of you that are Patreon subscribers or members of this channel, check us out on the after show. And anything else we got to say, Benjamin?
Nope, that's it. See you guys in the post show.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, MedsPeds.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.